Okay, I think we're live. It might take a sec for it to start broadcasting. But those of you watching, welcome to the show. This is week 2, Pro Chess League. San Jose Hackers, all standing behind me, and versus San Francisco Mechanics. So, right here next to me, this is...
Christopher Yu, the youngest master ever.
That's right, ever. Chris was the big hero last week. He scored 2.5 points against the Webster Windmills. Behind me on my right is Mr. Sanat, biggest Hackers fan of all time. And next to him is...
Hey, I'm Teemu Virtanen, just a national master.
There you go. Teemu is also on the team and will be playing in future matches. We are streaming live from the Bay Area Chess Center in San Jose. As you can see, we are following the top game, Mr. Shah Mamedyarov, playing in the wee hours of the morning back in Azerbaijan. It's about 7 a.m. there. He's playing against the San Francisco Board 1, Sam Shanklin. We got a pretty crazy match. I'm going to try to open the Twitch chat real quick. And Chris, why don't you talk about your experience last week? How did it feel to play?
I was excited, and I wasn't really nervous at all. No stress. I was just
absolutely.
playing.
We were
No nerves.
we were watching your games, and we were worried that you might not play your full strength because you're worried about the match. But
No, I was just being relaxed about it, and
that's great. And then once your games went down to 10 seconds, you started playing like an absolute beast. It was
apparently I was very good at that exact day.
It was great to watch. It really was.
Did you feel that you could? Did you think you could feel the grandmasters crumble as they got into time trouble against you? Or how you started just putting pressure on them?
It wasn't necessarily pressure, like in that game again. In both of my games, they were in the end game, so it wasn't that hard. But if there were a lot of pieces on the board, it would really be more difficult to play on. But I mean, with 10 seconds, with 50 seconds, that's certainly my advantage. So, like, I probably shouldn't have traded queens in one of my games against Kunapin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game. Just like defending the whole game, he had the 2 bishops, and then you got him in the end game because he flagged. But it was pretty unclear at that point. Okay, the show looks good. Looks like we have exactly 0 viewers right now. But
it's for posterity.
a lot of people watch the post show, the on demand, more than the live show. So you still have to do a good job.
Improve advertisement.
Oh, I'm going to add a little text for the score.
See avatar. Okay. Very proud of that.
I want to post a link on Facebook or Twitter to the broadcast.
Oh yeah, it's
I'll let.
Oh, you got it?
I'll let Judith know. Can you post the link to the Twitter on Facebook?
So Teemu, you're gonna be taking charge as soon as I go play.
Okay.
So in order to edit any text, you just click on it, and then right click, and then this will pop up, and then you can edit it. So you can edit the score after each round.
I actually have an entire Google sheet set up for the scores.
Uh-huh.
If you would like to use that.
No, it's too complicated. Just
You just punch in the score and it calculates it automatically.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, we'll just do this because the show's already going.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Oh, we have someone in the chat. Oh, it's way too loud, guys. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, it was loud. It was at like 250%. My bad.
Judith's saying that it's offline. Is that right?
No, we're live. Oh, we're live. Yeah. Okay. So for those of you in the chat, if you can do the audio check again, let us know. Because yeah, the mic is right in the face, right there. And then we'll talk about the chess at some point too. Let's see. Hope it's not too quiet now.
15 people watching.
Really, 15? Oh wow.
15 going on 1500.
Cool.
Nice, not bad. Okay, so here, Mamadjarov, he's playing solid. He's not doing the D6 like he was doing last week. He's went with the QGD. Sam probably feels pretty comfortable here, and they've just left the opening. Black still has to equalize it, probably play C5 or something. Let's go to board 2. Daniel Naroditsky is black against Vinay Bhatt. I think Daniel's the favorite here, but Vinay, he went 4-0 last week, so he's very good.
This
Yeah.
game's looking to be exciting. It's from a Grunfeld.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens.
It's bishop G5.
Oh, there's some lines with bishop takes F6 and knight takes D5, and
Right here,
Black's
yeah?
supposed to get compensation for sure.
Yeah, bishop takes F6
It's
and then
interesting,
C5.
yeah. But he didn't go for it. Instead he just developed, and so we just get this position that after he takes, you have a move like knight takes D5. But I don't really see after queen takes D5, bishop takes E3, bishop D2.
Yeah, so that's the critical line right here, right? C takes D5. Although, this is guess the move, so we're not going to be able to analyze the moves on the board. But
You
white,
can draw arrows with the right click.
yeah, white plays C takes D5. Black can take queen D5. Bishop takes C3.
Bishop D2.
Bishop D2.
And I don't see anything there.
You think black is worse?
No, black should be completely fine here. Just bishop takes d2. If queen takes d2, then we have queen takes c5.
But then rook
Rook
C1.
C1.
Actually, we shouldn't play that.
Rook C1. It's just not a good position. And I actually got this same exact position in World Use, and I don't think.
Do you play Grunfeld?
No, except he had a pawn on G3.
Oh, I see.
But,
Yeah.
can we just play?
So I got.
If
It wasn't.
bishop takes d2, queen takes d2, knight c6, we just play for quick development, and c5 should be a weakness at some point. Black's getting quick bishop g4, for example.
Well,
by rook c8.
Well, I think we're about to find out because white has snagged 2 pawns, and Danya, he's a nice guy, but he's not generous, right, on the chessboard. So he's gonna get something back. So knight takes d5 seems like the only move here, right? Maybe knight e4.
Yeah.
I feel like in some positions knight d7 is also possible, just taking this pawn, and then just castling and just playing for development. But it looks like he has he's gonna try to
Knight
decide.
e4 immediately might be interesting. Knight e4, bishop d2, just take the bishop where knight takes d2, followed by queen takes e5.
Right, and then he has just a dark squared bishop.
I mean, rook C1.
Yeah, actually,
It's still a
Yeah.
slightly scary position for black, but if Danny knows his theory, he should be equalizing.
You know,
Equalizing.
I don't think either of these guys know the
This
theory
position
because they've already
certainly
spent
not equalizing.
some time.
That's okay, but I think maybe that's what I should have done in my game.
Well, let's go to board 3. So here we have Christian. He also did very well last week. He's playing Cameron Wheeler, who all you guys have played Cameron, I'm sure, at some point, right? Very, very good player. So Christian's sticking with his ready. He won, I think, a game last week with this. Yeah, and looks like white played very fast in this game. So this was all some home cooking. Takes. Should be 3, queen a5, rook d1, castles,
she got it.
queen b3. So this was Christian's first big think of the game. He thought for 2 minutes here. Knight c5, takes. And now Christian is trying to figure out if he can get away with taking the b pawn, looks like.
Black also has the E pawn that he can snatch.
Yeah, then knight takes. You're very calm. Wait, but is white? No, we have even material right now. So Christian's doing some calculation here. Queen takes b7, knight takes e4, or rook b8 first, and then rook takes b2.
Cameron actually got his last I am Norm.
Yeah, that's
Earlier.
right. Like 3 weeks ago, right? At the
Yeah, I actually played some Brits with him earlier, and I actually got like half.
Half out of how many? Probably one.
Three out of no, 1.5 out of 3.
Mm.
But yeah, it was Brits, and yeah, I was playing well, so.
That's good. How does it feel
He's
to
a very
be
good player.
on the sidelines commentating?
Very good.
And so board 4, we have playing for San Francisco is Teddy Coleman. He's like, I feel like he's a retired chess player. He's like a working professional now, but he's still IM strength and 2400. And for us, we have Ivan Key, who's on the BAC elite team. He's a national master. And he did very well in the recent Chess Kid I think online championship, where he basically tied for first in his section. So we're looking forward to him doing some great things in this match.
He actually tied for second at a big New Year's tournament ahead of GMs and IMs.
Oh, so he recently had a good
Very well.
good performance. Okay, so we've got some sharp stuff here, huh?
If queen takes d6, bishop f4, so this d pawn might cause
Vincent
problems.
is our hook actually.
Ooh.
c3.
So c3, he can't take the pawn, so he
He
goes
wants to-
for complications.
But I think we might be looking at queen b3 right now,
Queen b3? Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely. Defending the pawn, pinning the knight,
followed by knight c6.
and then knight c6. This looks good for white. Like, seems like everything is hanging in black's position.
Why can't you just play knight c6 right away?
I don't know. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
True.
CB we just take, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go, Ivan. If he
Maybe
starts with the
Ivan
win.
will- maybe Ivan will pull out the same performance I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully.
that would be amazing. If we get a plus score on board 4 every match,
That's our secret weapon.
that would be sick.
We should start putting board 4 players on all boards.
Yeah, next match. Let's see. Teemu, Ivan, Christopher.
Yeah, that's it.
Who are we missing?
You.
No, but I wouldn't be. Fike on board 1. Because we need an Azeri on board 1. Mamedov, Mamedov, or Fike.
Yeah.
Then you 3. Well, with Ivan, it's the same thing as we were talking about last week with Christopher. If he keeps his nerves, because I think his position is probably winning in some concrete way, then he should be doing very well.
Time
So-
advantage, too.
Yeah, up on time. And I mean, I remember the last time Coleman played a tournament, so he could be very rusty. Probably he plays online though, so I'm sure he's not too rusty.
What about Mamadeyev's game?
Let's take a look. We'll let Ivan figure it out. Okay, so a few more moves here.
So yeah, since White's bishop had already moved to d3, b takes e4 comes with tempo,
Exactly, right here. Takes.
so it's better.
And we play
with
c5. Bishop d6. Okay, Christopher, why don't you talk about this position?
The position.
I got a tweet.
I'm wondering why knight takes knight takes d7, and if he takes back with the knight, you can take on d6, queen takes d6, d takes e5, and play b4. And I don't really understand why Shankland would just be up a pawn if he did that, because if
Maybe
Queen takes
queen
d-
c6 there, hitting g2.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah, queen c6 may threat on g2.
But otherwise you're right. It's just
Yeah.
why it's just winning the pawn there.
Shankland takes anyways, so.
What do I want to say on Twitter?
But I think d7 is the most principled move, unless you want to go back to d3.
I don't see really any problems for Mamadev.
Ooh, d5.
Yeah, it's something to consider, but I don't see why Mamadev should be too much worse here, because he can play a move like c4, and maybe White would just play bishop b1 and queen c2 and get something along the diagonal.
White have thought about d takes e6 instead of taking back the bishop.
Interesting. D takes e6. Then you could just take the pawn and
Take on h2, you mean?
yeah, and then
King
move his knight
h1.
somewhere. Move his knight somewhere and play king h8.
Yeah, but then still, after bishop takes h2, king h1, knight f6, I guess.
Yeah.
Bishop E takes F. E takes F7
So
check.
so here you
King
think
H8
white
annoying.
could throw in the intermediate move DE?
Yeah.
Yeah, bishop H2, king H1,
No,
knight somewhere.
Knight
Yeah.
F6. E takes F7.
King H8, just ignore the threat.
Yeah. And G3. Oh, the pawn is
you
pinned.
can't play
It's pinned.
pawn three,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
So
So he sees that and he just takes back.
okay, message from Judith says all the SF players are down on time. That's great. That's great. I like that. So this game looks like they're heading towards exchanges.
Mm.
And Sam is good, but he's not Carlson good, so I don't see him like grinding this out against
He can
Mamedyarov.
just play
Look at
knight b6.
Ivan's game is pretty.
And even recently, Carson has begun to favor the knight against the bishop,
Yeah.
especially in
So,
rapid and blitz.
Knight
causing
h4.
so much
He's
trouble.
threatening the knight and the pawn on d6.
Oh, knight h4. Look at
You should have
this.
saw this move.
Well, I mean,
But why couldn't you have played knight
honestly,
b6?
Chris, this is a position commentators say like white can win anyway. It's like queen b3 looked great, knight
Yeah.
c6 looks fine, knight h4 also looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saying they're winning because we don't have the time to calculate them actually.
I mean,
Knight c6 is still in the air. Just
how does
There's
black even defend the knight?
he must be very sweaty at home. He's like, I can't lose to a kid.
That's exactly what he's thinking, probably.
That's what puts the fear into these players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these kids come up.
That's why I'm not nervous about playing at all. I'm playing Shanklin and then bot, no pressure.
Look at he took the pawn and bishop takes b2.
So takes, he
Bishop
took
takes
back
b2.
quickly.
Yeah, a million threats in the air. Knight c6, bishop takes d5, and knight takes g6. Everything's hanging.
It's looking good for what? I mean, he has to take on b2, right?
Just take d5.
Take, king moves, maybe
Knight
h
c6?
knight c6, just winning material. Oh, bishop
Oh.
f4? Oh, sorry, queen
Bishop
g6.
a3, bishop a3.
right?
Yeah, bishop A.
Yeah.
Ooh, bishop a3 looks good.
No, no
Could we also
problems
play
here.
some tricks like knight c4?
Knight c4. Ooh, I like that move. Just because
No,
it's
the
cool.
The queen could just move back to d8.
Yeah.
Still, white should be a lot better. Bishop takes
I mean-
g7, king takes queen d4 check.
Yeah, white's doing
And
great here.
3 minutes, I mean, the time situation.
Ooh, yeah, Ivan just needs to take a
Unless
3
he's-
deep breaths,
yeah.
just not like, and then just okay, white to
Yeah.
play and win. I just feel like black's king is so weak. I would even consider just trading and queen d4 check, just knight c4, just bring the pieces in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
don't
see
think
how. Let's see how
Yeah,
Naroditsky's doing. So he's playing for the compensation. So knight e4, he took the bishop, knight a6,
Knight takes e5.
b6, castles, bishop b7, knight d4.
The queen's a little out of squares here. A3 and b4. It's just that queen's misplaced. It would like to be on the square like e5.
Yeah, so a3,
B4.
kind of annoying. Maybe a3, black has bishop takes d4, knight
Oh
b3.
yeah. But even though a3 doesn't work, I don't think the queen belongs on a5.
No, I think he would love to just teleport it, like e5.
Maybe a6 b5
But
is an
black's
idea
play
to
could
get
be
out.
placed on playing rook fd8, maybe e6.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would feel pretty comfortable with black here. I just feel like black's move is more natural, especially in a blitz game. And white has to figure out how to make sure he doesn't end up worse.
No, white should definitely be better here. He's still up the pawn.
Right. I mean, objectively better, but
Yeah.
if he loses the pawn, then...
Mamedyarov games and it's not an end game.
Okay, board 1. Solid.
Wow.
Yeah, probably just a draw.
You never know when Mama Dale might come up with. He's like, very good. He can like play for the 2-1 majority, and
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It just
Right now, like
queen a5, even queen e1.
queen,
Yeah.
and then
Rooks and then trade
rook
and rook
c1.
c3.
It will no good because rook d8. But
Queen e1 and then you trade and play rook c3. And then you pick up a3.
so queen e1, queen f1 he has to play, otherwise he loses
and
the
then,
f pawn.
Yeah. Queen takes f1 and then rook c3.
Oh, he disagrees. Something was he didn't like about that. I guess he just wants to advance here. I mean, I like white here because the bishop kind of cuts the knight, but if he just puts his rook on b and puts the pawn on b4, seems like black should be fine.
He might even think of queening one of his pawns.
And I think he valued saving his rook on the A8 or the 8th rank more than taking out the A3 pawn.
I guess they're
Thanks.
just gonna go to their kings. This might be a draw. But
So you're saying better to put the rook on b8?
Yeah, keep it there because if you play queen e1, you're not only allowing the white king to come closer, but also giving white the 8th rank.
Well,
so
yeah.
he has all kinds of rook a8, bishop b7, attacking just the black pawn base.
Right.
what if just rook c3 follow? Oh, a4 is the point, and the thing is that you don't win the pawn. So yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he just wanted to get his rook.
So
like Teemu said.
we'll let them like shuffle their kings for a while. Okay, see Ivan's game. So knight c4 was played on the board. Nice move of the week candidate right there.
Why
Queen
couldn't
d8.
you just play bishop a3 and be simple?
Well, it's
Knight
not.
c4, queen d8. It's not that clear. Bishop a3 is just.
The
Oh,
rook is also hanging.
Yeah, but all those exchanges should be
Still.
favorable for white since black's
so
king
he,
is getting
he
just
went
more
for
and more
something
exposed.
else.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of playing for the initial. I mean, this pawn is hanging now. Can we just take on g6?
But yeah, I think so.
Like, bishop is defended. This knight is defended because this guy's still hanging. Okay. All right, Ivan. Ivan has tuned into the show. Just kidding. No.
Christian's looks a little dynamic.
Okay.
Let's take a look
Or
at this
3. Ooh. Man, Cameron, no fear, huh? Okay, so we had this position. Christian played e5, knight e4, take on b7, rook b8, and knight takes f2. Okay, so if rook takes f2, what's going on? Takes on b2.
B2, yeah.
Rook. I don't. Did Kristen miss this? Because.
Very possible, very possible. I mean, I think he spent 3 minutes on queen takes b7, so
What about knight d4?
knight d4. Knight d4.
No, just
He
take the rook.
takes
Just take the rook.
Yeah.
And then take the pawn?
Rook takes d1.
Yeah.
Ooh, sharp. Ooh, rook d5. So he's just snapping this bishop on any discovery. That's a
Why
good
can't
move.
he just play knight d3?
Probably has to. So Christian, I think he's sacking the exchange, but he'll have some pawns. Or no, could be unclear. Oh, he's not. He's not sacking the exchange. Well, he's technically offering a repetition here, and Cameron
No,
declines.
how's that rep? Rook f2.
Oh, rook f2. You're right. You're right. Never mind. Cameron's not brave.
But-
Oh yeah, the rook's. This might still be a repetition. Queen d7, rook d8, and just keep on attacking the queen and repeating moves.
That's true. I don't think maybe he can play queen a4.
Yeah.
No, I feel like black will try to play for win.
Seems like black has very, very active pieces here. And Christian's low on time.
Yeah.
Kind of depends on how the other boards are doing. Board 1 seems like a draw most likely, unless something kind of crazy happens. Board 3, I don't know. I'm counting on Ivan to win here, so let's see. Knight takes b6. He takes with the queen.
Oh, so we have d5 hanging.
So this is just
Over the
hanging,
three.
and then this is hanging. Wow.
But then
Okay.
if you take on d5, bishop takes b2, I mean, and then you take and then take. Oh, knight e5 check.
Yeah, I think white's just
Yeah.
gonna be up an exchange, and this is hanging right here. This 24 seconds.
That's-
I really like Ivan's game here. I think he's gonna.
yeah.
Should win this.
It just I'm concerned
looks
about
good.
the other players, not
Takes.
just Ivan.
Takes, king takes. White's up an exchange and black's king is open.
Yeah, just knight e5.
Knight e5.
Yeah.
King will move.
Yeah. Ivan has a good 99% chance of winning this game.
99 is a little optimistic, but yeah, I like it. Okay, so yeah, get rid of the dark square bishops. Now we
Yeah,
just take on d5.
Take on f3.
Just an extra exchange. Okay, I agree. 99%. Let's go to board 2.
Yeah.
Hey, let's hope Nerdiski's position improves.
Wow. So these guys are like down to blitz, and they've only like barely reached the opening.
Now, what I'm not sure about Nerdiski's position, but his opponent only has 1 minute 15 seconds. So
But
that could really affect.
Mr. Vinay,
Especially in the
he's
quick
excellent blitz
time.
player. So
Mm.
low on time, I think he's still capable of playing, being very dangerous. But we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know about these players, so I'm just.
Nerdiski is also very dangerous. So
Looks like Nerdiski will get the pawn back after both queens trade and bishop takes d5. So I think Nerdiski is now better than what I saw earlier.
at least
Yeah.
equalizing, right?
Yeah.
Takes, and then
Nerdiski got what
this
he
nice
wanted.
bishop.
Or don't you have if after rook c3, bishop d5, bishop d5?
Wow. Look at Ivan, he's finishing it off.
Oh, is this game over?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh, this is resigns. You can't
It's
defend the
okay.
pawn.
Wow.
All right, Mr. Ivan.
Mr. Ivan,
The
good.
first one to win a game in the match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
All right.
Oh, Mamedyarov won also.
You did?
Whoa.
Wow.
Let's look at the position.
Oh, this must have been a blunder.
Oh. Let's see what happens.
So,
Oh, you got pinned.
F5.
rook d2 takes.
Why couldn't he just take with the bishop? I don't get it.
Well, he wants to bring the king in.
Yeah.
King f5, rook
He
b5,
just missed that. He just
king
wondered.
e4, knight f6
Yeah.
check.
Wow.
Oh no! Oh, this is huge.
Oh.
I mean, in this round, draw on board 1 suits us because I think we're favored on at least on boards 2 and 3.
Wow.
He won. Board 4 won.
Let's look at the other 2 games remaining.
Absolutely. So Christian's game looked shaky,
Oh my god.
and now they're repeating.
I cannot believe that.
So this is a draw.
Draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2.5.
Favors us.
Now Daniel is probably gonna draw 2, right?
And now it's all on this game.
Okay, Christian's gonna take that.
Well, this
What's
is
happening?
looking good for white. Why didn't he take on d5?
Yeah. Let's go back.
Oh, I think. Oh, never mind. I thought.
Knight b3.
Knight b3. Of course. You didn't see that? Just kidding.
Takes.
So
Oh.
some tactics not working. So rook c8.
Oh.
Bishop
look
d5.
at the pin.
Now he can take here. This should be very comfortable for black.
Yeah.
Looks good for
Looks good for everybody.
Okay. So we owe Christopher a milkshake from last week. We owe Ivan a milkshake now too. Oh, and Daniel keeps the 2 bishops. Okay, so he can see that we're up on the score, but I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
if he's not risking anything, then he can play and try to win this game.
Yeah.
Really go up on the scoreboard.
I mean, who is GM VB had?
That's Vinay Bhatt. He's a grandmaster living in, I think, San Francisco.
How strong is he?
His feed is about 2,500, but last week he went 4-0 against the Pittsburgh team, so he's quite decent. Yeah, if Nerdiski wants to draw, he can just snap here, but I think he's gonna play for more in
You
this
got the
game.
time advantage too.
Yeah, he's up on the time and feels good.
No risk.
Oh, and for the Twitch, I am paying attention to the chat, guys. Sorry, it's just a lot going on. There is a question. Ricky Cadden says, "How often is your first thought for a move the right one?" Well, in commentary, rarely. During a game, it's higher. It's like 50-60%, I think, the intuition. What about you, Chris? What do you think? Like the first move you see in a game, how often is that the best move?
I don't know. Similar.
I think for you, it's probably 80%, because like when you're playing with 3 seconds on your clock, you're playing
That was
perfectly.
the best move.
But also, what do you mean is the best move?
I mean, like, you know, like,
The one in the end.
I think more accurate is like a decent move. Yeah.
Like decent move should be like first.
Look at. Yeah. Look at what's happening.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
can't he just play bishop takes b3 last move? I guess he's going for opposite colored bit. Oh, rook a5 at the end of variation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Danya here for sure is trying to play for more.
Yeah.
But now he's like, okay, let's just
Rook a5.
secure the draw, and I
Maybe that's
expect
Oh, rook a1 next. Well, it's
Oh,
just
rook
a draw,
a1.
right?
Oh,
should be a draw,
Yeah,
but
it's just draw.
you know what? I
Yeah.
imagine I imagine he's
Daniel's
gonna play a little bit.
yeah. You never know what might happen.
Yeah, you-
House
you
flipper
bring
or
the
big
king in?
blunder. Just bring the king.
I think actually this isn't trivial for white to hold, because it's an outside pass pawn and there's 4 pawns on the king side. You know what? I predict at some point Danya's gonna find a way to give up his bishop for 2 pawns and then win the endgame. That's my prediction.
Um, This is actually very hard, especially with 8 seconds on the clock.
Exactly. You have to make a decision in 2
Oh,
seconds.
it was a lag.
Yeah, it seems like there's some lag.
Oh.
I'm sure he won't flag here, but. So for
You
white,
had the
he needs
predictions
to.
that Magnus Carlsen just like. Oh, sorry. What
No,
were you saying
no.
again?
Magnus, absolutely. I was saying, yeah, you need to put your pawns on the same color as your bishop so that it's easier to defend.
And not let your opponent's bishop attack it.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, f5. Very
But
interesting.
sometimes it makes your bishop worse, but I think that it's the correct thing to do in this case. Why can't Nerdiski just play a5 and just bring his king in and queen his pawn?
Actually, this is looking great. It seems like white is trying to trade off all the pawns, but now white's king is so far from the queen side that at some moment, if
Now he's getting the
careful.
e6 pawn.
the problem is if black is only left with the h pawn, it's a draw because of the wrong color.
The thing is, he could be moving to like gain seconds also.
Yeah, probably he's just trying to move fast, but
Did you just get that pawn?
well now I think
He's
it's
still winning.
it's a draw.
Takes, right? Bishop takes.
Bishop takes and black can't win with this
Yeah.
pawn. So white will just sack the bishop and
Yeah.
now it's definitely a draw. Okay, so after one round it is going
He
to
could have
be
just took the pawn after king e3. He missed that.
Oh.
This position's still a draw. This position's still a draw. Offer the draw. Wow, Daniel declines.
Oh wow, he's muscling him a little bit. Just
Yeah.
not sure why, but you never know. Maybe
Yeah. I'm sure he's very relieved that he drew this game. He just keeps his bishop along the diagonal.
there we go. And draw.
Draw.
Okay, so after round 1, it's 3-1 for the hackers.
2.5. Huh? 2.5.
No, free,
Three.
free.
2 draws,
Two draws.
2 wins.
That's right.
Good start.
Excellent start.
All right.
During the break, we should go set up the
Yeah.
second laptop so that I can just switch.
Is that a spreadsheet?
Uh-huh.
So you just plug in the results here, it's called West Northern.
Oh, that's cool.
So, I mean, like, I can share the link with you. So you just take a
Like,
caption
so
screen
start in
there.
a few.
Uh-huh.
You can watch the numbers and then all the viewers can watch the past results.
Oh, for the other teams?
No, this is for our match on.
Oh, for each game.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe next time. It's just too much going on right now
Okay.
to mess. Like I barely got this
Which
up.
computer do you want to use?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
You want to use mine?
If it works, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I imagine it'd be better to just leave this open.
Yeah, this we're just gonna leave
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Alright.
Although, is it different on a Mac? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
think-
I'll be
Oh,
fine.
I made up a joke. It
Actually,
wasn't-
do you want
what?
just for I don't know?
Yeah, if there's a PC, I could.
You could use mine, I guess, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he's got to set up to get the third round going, but he wants to use a PC, not a Mac. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll set it up over there.
You might. Do you have your mouse?
I do.
Okay.
All right, so you guys clear your throat, get ready.
Well, I think Christopher will be fine.
Oh, he's
gonna-
doing great.
Yeah, he'll just
There
take over the show.
There's outlets in there.
And
Yeah.
there are. Yeah,
Sorry, guys. We're
it's
just.
on the wall.
Yeah, it would be nice if we had Levon Aronian. You got it, Levon. Levon Aronian.
Tell Levon to put it on.
Yeah.
That is the joke of the week.
I think Christopher has a bright future as a chess commentator.
Dude.
Grandmaster.
That's
Absolutely.
what I'm gonna do if I.
Youngest commentator right now. Okay, round 2 is gonna start very soon. As soon as they load it up. I think this is a great. I was expecting maybe an even score in this first round, so this is good.
Yeah.
It's a good sign that all our players are playing good.
Gotta make sure we got Alakine watching the broadcast.
Yeah,
I
is
think
he?
he's watching up on.
Is he in the show? Yeah,
clouds.
he's right here. If you guys are
The frame
following,
even.
it's
I think
It
he's.
doesn't even.
I think he's looking at us right now.
I think he approves. Oh, this is Abel. They don't know you yet.
Oh,
This is the
hi.
team manager of the San Jose Hackers. What are your thoughts on the experience so far in the league?
No, it's fantastic. I mean, this is even more than what we had hoped for. It's good to see because I've been watching it throughout the day. Just all the teams from around the world just really getting into it, and the social media blow up on all this. So it's really exciting. I look forward to every Wednesday.
Yeah. I mean, last week there was apparently like 40,000 viewers.
Yeah.
This week, I think maybe even more. Chess9839 says, "Hey, I know you." I'm guessing that's a BAC student. It is. Do you know this guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who is it?
oh, Nish. Very funny. Okay, so in the next round, it's going to be 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4. So Shanklin gets black against Naroditsky, and Vinay gets black against Mamedyarov. So we're going to have white on our top 2 boards and then black on our bottom 2 boards. So Christian will be black against Teddy Coleman, and Ivan will be black against Cameron Wheeler. Christian, I expect to win against Coleman. I think he's a stronger player. I think, and then our 2 guys with white should do at least get 1.5. So I like that matchup. Whew. Seems like it's actually quite a long delay compared to last time. The new games haven't started yet.
Has it been 40 minutes? Yeah, I think it's just about to start. It's been about
Oh, is that what they give per match? 40 minutes?
40 minutes every game, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I see. And then automatically it should start.
Yeah. It's been about 40 minutes though, so it still hasn't started.
2 more minutes?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, because I don't even see the matchups. Kind of.
Whew. All right. So if you're in the chat, now's the time to ask questions. Whatever you want to know, because there are no games. There are other games going on in the other matches, but we're not going to look at
yeah.
them like this. These 2 guys are playing. Varakobian against Ray Robson. They're pretty good. Not going to see that game. Ilya Nizhnik of Webster is playing against, I think this is Darius Schwartz, another grandmaster.
Caden Troff is playing.
Caden Troff. Very, very strong.
Conrad Hull.
Question from the chat: how's life? It's good.
That's obviously
Yeah,
correct.
I guess.
When you're 3-1, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
Life-
very exciting round 3 when the substitutions go in.
Life is good right now. It's very fun.
Started the round.
And here we go. So Danya is playing white against Sam Shanklin. These guys, they grew up in San Francisco. They probably played each other many, many times, either in tournaments or casually. So I'm sure they know each other very well. And this is
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
a surprise.
Yeah.
This is not Danya's main weapon. Although he
He's-
played this
yeah.
in Blitz against me and totally crushed me.
Are
So,
we gonna see H4, H5?
oh, absolutely. Right now.
I think the idea
Maybe
might,
F3.
Yeah, I think the idea of against H4 is to play C5 and counterattack in this line, and then play knight C6 and add pressure on the pawn.
Ooh, here we go. We're about to find out. H4, C5, yeah. So Sam, he knows this stuff. He
Absolutely.
Very
Have to
comfortable.
Counter in the center.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be a nice discussion about the opening.
Sam was teaching me in some Berkeley chess school classes.
Oh, really? He was showing this line?
No.
Oh.
Oh, that would have been funny if we'd have put him on board 4 and then they would have.
So board 2, Mamedyarov is playing the Queen's Gambit against Vinay Bhatt. I think this is a big game. I think Shaka is, well, he's perfect in the league so far, 4 out of 4, and 1 forfeit. So I think he's hungry.
Only the internet connection can beat him.
Yeah.
That's right. Let's see. Board 3, we have Christian Black against Coleman. We have another kind of sideline here that looks like the Trompowski. Knight d7. And c5.
I don't know this line. Well, I don't know how to relate the ideas, especially against a lot of traditional lines like this one.
Okay, a couple questions. Judah is asking, when did Ivan and Cameron play each other last time? Sure, they must have played in some BAC tournament.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised they've avoided each other the last couple of months because they've been playing the same tournaments. And
Okay, Ricky asks, what is your favorite opening to play when you're having fun? What do you guys think?
Let me think as I don't know.
it has to have
Like
a fun name.
the Sicilian?
Has
As
to be
black?
the King's Gambit.
Maybe. You know, maybe in a
Halloween.
bullet or bridge chess.
Yeah,
Definitely
probably
don't
bullet.
play the King's Gambit on bullet. He's just gonna flag. There's no way you can play that fast.
I actually just decline the King's Gambit. Just play d6. I don't know.
So what's going on here? Ivan looks like he might have
Wait,
blundered
what,
something.
d6?
D6?
That's a shot because if he takes, you take the bishop, threatening the queen.
Yeah, I feel like things have gone wrong for black
Just one's a
here.
piece. No.
So, let's see. Queen a4. He took. Knight takes e5, d6.
You just missed
Let's
out.
see if there's anything.
So bishop g2,
Just takes.
d7.
Yeah.
Queen
just,
e7,
King g2.
king g2. Up a piece. Okay.
Okay, that's
It's no good.
no good. Everyone makes mistakes. If you're not, you shouldn't just. I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough. D6 looks, I don't know. I mean,
He was also threatening the knight, so we shouldn't have allowed d5. He should have just.
yeah, I think here maybe taking on e5 is wrong. And he has just gone down a piece for one pawn. Down on time. Okay, we will check back in with this game. Let's see what Ivan comes up with. But
You never know what might happen,
yeah,
like in my games.
but you were never just down like. I
Yeah.
don't think you were.
Yeah.
Other than the game you lost, I don't think you were like lost in your other, like against Irene. You were pretty much winning the whole time,
Yeah.
and then Priya, you're defending but not losing, and then your last game, same story. Okay, we'll come back to it. Let's see. This game is looking solid.
He could have just thought of rook c8, rook c7, and queen a8, and just to get the e4 square. But I don't think it's the right plan in this certain opening. It's just an idea that comes.
Common idea, right? Rook
Yeah.
c8, rook c7, queen a8. Very possible. Yeah. But instead he opts for some exchanges.
I don't think rook
Seems
c8, rook c7 works in this case without knight e4 because white will just immediately have bishop
Yeah.
g3.
Right.
Back the rook.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Yeah, so black has to exchange the dark squared bishops first.
Mhm. Well, this seems solid. I think black is pretty much fine here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
His plans have been very direct so far. So
Yeah.
he played knight bd7 in move 3 to play knight e4, knight df6. Just a very clear plan for black. And
So
he's
here.
making true. He might put in f5 first to start playing on the king side.
yeah. Still, this is hard to really play for a win here if white is just solid, but we'll see.
Teddy's gonna just try to find the best move and hope for the best.
Yeah. I hope so. Okay.
I don't know.
Back to Danya. h4, c5, takes e3, takes h5. So far, Sam has used an average of like 1 second for his moves.
Wow.
Bishop d3, knight c6, knight e2, and here comes the first big thing, knight b4.
He wants to get the d3 bishop and play bishop f5 and rook c8, getting tempo.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe white should play knight f4 here. Take with the knight on d3 and then control these two squares. think it's pretty solid for white. I don't think it's anything huge for either side here.
Yeah.
And let's go to Mamedyarov. So this is all pretty much well-known theory in the QGD. Oh, in fact, I prepared this line, so I might get the same thing against
I don't play these lines. I play e4.
Vinay.
So.
So takes, bishop d3, c5, rook c1, takes, and
Are we in Syria anymore?
based on the speed of Schach's play, I think this is still known.
But it doesn't mean that it's certainly Syria just because your opponents are playing quickly.
Not always, but he's a professional. I think he would have spent at least 15 seconds if he didn't know exactly. He has so much time. Or maybe he's seen something very similar and so he's just going off of that.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty interesting. He has the two bishops. He's going to drive this back. He's going to put his king on h1.
He has the d5 pawn that
Yeah.
become weak because if he just takes, you take and play rook fd1 and
So
queen d8 and rook d8.
if black takes back the two bishops, we take back and then
But on the other hand, if black doesn't take, then white just has the two bishops, and I don't like black's position at all.
here, yeah, it seems like dynamically white is going to be better. So it drops the bishop back. Now he might play d4 here just to exchange this pawn, but even bishop e4 there, I think white is very happy.
So
Okay, looking good here.
let's just check Ivan's game if nothing has changed.
Well, it's gotten worse for Ivan. I think it's just so hard. I mean, Cameron's solid and only one pawn, it's never enough. I mean, he's trying. He wants to play f4, but now he'll put the bishop back on f2. And, you know, in a bullet game, maybe, but here doesn't look good. Let's see. Which game is looking interesting? Okay, some changes in Christian's game.
This is a similar position from what he was saying in the class. Like for some reason, this looks alike.
What did you guys go over in the last class?
He had the queen on a6, stopping some of his. It was very similar to this.
Oh, you're right.
I think the idea was to play a4 and followed by a5. and get
Wait.
But this is slightly different
I'm
because
not
the
s-
C file isn't open.
Was this that famous Capablanca game with the queen on a6? Was that what you were showing you?
No,
No?
No,
a different game.
Yeah, it's the position is different
Yeah.
here because the C file isn't open, so the queen on a6 isn't doing as much.
Oh, I see.
And with the two knights on the board there, it's easy to harass the queen.
Yeah, I think he might have been worried about his queen like getting trapped.
Yeah, just queen e2, dropping the queen back, not allowing any tempos.
Right. Well, very, very even this time, and Coleman's doing a better job of managing his time in this game. It's less complicated. I think he seriously underestimated Ivan because he played so sharp against him and spent so much time
Yeah.
and paid the price. So this game, this will be drawn out. I'm sure Christian is looking to grind this out. Okay, how about
Daniel's game. He took with the pawn. Interesting decision.
so knight f4?
And now he took with the pawn.
So what's the idea, Christopher? I thought doubled pawns were always
I
bad.
think that he was just trying to control the knight of the e4 square. So, and these pawns are not that easy to control. They're controlling some key squares like e5 and e4. But I think Vac would like to trade the queens here because
Right.
that'll be very good for him.
How do you justify the
for those
pawn on
pawns.
d4?
The pawn on d4?
Such a huge weakness. If white doesn't manage to exchange queens, then I have to say that d4 is just weak.
That's true, actually. White has a serious problem with this d4 pawn. So he played knight g3. He wanted to take here. But after e6, now this pawn on d4 is unprotected.
Yeah.
Maybe he drops the other knight back, but
Yeah, not
That
looking
doesn't
very
seem
good
like
for
what he wanted.
Daniel. It seems like Shankland
Knight
knows what he's doing. He sort of stopped Daniel's play with this g6 h5. So.
yeah, it seems pretty comfortable for black. Definitely solved all his problems here. But where that's not true is this game, I think. Because, well, with his last move, bishop f5, he's giving up the b2 pawn, but he's ready to play rook b1 or queen takes d5 and take that pawn back. I think Shock probably feels very comfortable here.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, Ivan got a check. Queen g6, bishop g3, and
Rook takes f4 ideas.
yeah, maybe he can take. Okay, start piling up on the king side. It's not trivial for white here. I wish he just blundered the piece in the endgame, so they would have been low on time already here. It's like,
Well, at the same time, he has more chances because there's queens on the board.
that's true. That's true.
So there's pros and cons.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But well, okay. It's not super easy for white. Maybe queen d5 here. And let's see.
Rook AF8. Continue the pressure. I think Cameron has to be.
d5 for f8. Yeah.
Cameron has to sink a little here.
Oh, I see. Okay, Ricky's asking about these d4 openings where you don't play c4.
So I'm guessing that's referring to Naroditsky's game.
Naroditsky, yeah. So the question is, okay, if you know, the main line is always to play c4 here. So why are so many guys playing bishop f4, playing the Veresov, knight c3? I mean, the answer is they're just looking for something original. So they find a new way to develop the pieces. It's interesting. They have some ideas in the middle game. They have some ideas of how to create an initiative. And so it's not super critical. Like, we wouldn't see Carlsen playing this in a match every single game, but you might try it out once, every once in a while, just to catch your opponent off guard. But objectively, it's probably worse than the main systems. It's just kind of a nice surprise weapon.
Yeah.
So he dropped the knight back to e2, rook c8, and castle. So this game is kind of
He just
quieting
wants to
down.
play rook c1 and he wants to just try to draw this game maybe.
yeah. But a draw, I think, board 2 against board 1, I think that's very decent for us.
But he still has a lot of work to do. He might just play knight takes f5 and then rook fc1. Get the bishop there.
Mm-hmm. Who still has a lot of work to do?
Daniel.
Daniel.
He
So
has
you think white is worse here?
slightly worse, but I think taking and playing, I don't know, maybe not even trading
takes.
rooks after. Yeah,
And then rook c1.
probably. Yeah.
Seems solid enough. I bet Sam is probably fuming right now. He did not have to lose that last game. That was a very uncharacteristic blunder.
I think he just has to get his mind fresh off that. Like that never happened, so he can play well in this game. And I think he's done a very good job at doing.
That's good advice. Jeez.
Well, the only problem is I don't always use it in my games, but
Well, it's hard, but at least you know.
You're aware of it.
Yeah.
That's important.
Right.
because I know how it feels when you've actually blundered. It's even knowing the advice, it can sometimes be hard. So.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to Christian's game. I saw he had a couple of exchanges here.
Yeah, I think he's just pulling the background is because the C3 pawn is severely weak and there's no way to protect it other than with rooks.
So you guys in the chat probably didn't hear that, but Teemu is liking Christian's decision to trade the knights here because now he's gonna basically triple up on the C file and eventually take.
Maybe use Alekine's gun, rook of c6, queen c7.
Exactly.
I only know that because of a U.S. chess school I took.
Oh really?
Yeah, I know we're talking about that.
Very nice. Yeah, the well-known Alekine's gun. Yeah. Do you approve, Mr. Alec?
Watching over you right now.
Sanat, you're a well-known French defense player. Is this a good French?
Yeah, seems like it.
Absolutely. Like,
It's like ideal French for black.
yeah, safe king and then just like
The light squared bishop is not on the board, which is a terrible piece in the French, and he's managed to get out of the pawn chain and trade it off. So,
yeah.
and the c3 pawn's just weak, and black seems to have a solid edge.
I definitely like I like Christian's position here. Last week in round 1, he beat I am Sukandar of Webster, and just like pretty drawish endgame, just kind of slowly
Yeah.
ground it out. Very
Just-
similar.
Just, yeah. That's something Magnus Carlsen is very good at.
Oh, he's the best.
I think Kristen's a much weaker player, but he's also good at doing that. He's still very strong though. He's a GM.
Yeah, I don't think Christian would disagree.
Kristen is like a a lower rated version of Magnus in doing that. He's very good.
Exactly. What you meant to say was Magnus is the best. Christian is also very good. So, Shock's game here. Isolated queen pawn.
Build those micro advantages, it looks like.
Yeah.
The file, the pawn, the isolated pawn.
And Vinay, he's getting low on time again. So, this is looking good. Boards 1 and 3 definitely looking good. Just king g2 here.
Because rook c7 is a serious threat. Also, there's no bishop d6 to queen takes d5. Bishop d8 is non-existent because rook d1. There's no real way to stop rook c7.
So,
I don't think for beginners out there, I don't think the f2 and f3 pawns are actually really that weak. I know they're double pawns, but how can they be exploited? They
Exactly.
come well together. Like he can just play f4 even, and f5 even.
well, f4, f5, yeah.
I don't
We
know.
wouldn't want to leave the pawn on f4, but
Yeah.
or maybe put the bishop here first and then.
It's just the pawns can be easily connected. So
Okay, well, Shaq will try to grind it out, and Teemu was saying that this position might already be bad for black because the rook is coming to c7, and anything concrete that black tries to do isn't working, like rook c8 here. We trade and we take the pawn on d5, bishop d6, we can take the pawn on d5, so, yeah.
If you trade and take the pawn on d5, doesn't black have queen c8 though?
Yeah.
Yes, the
And
line...
take on b2.
The line continues. So that's what he was calculating, and now we're gonna see. So rook c8, queen d5,
Yeah.
queen c1, king g2.
Ultimately, we should see an advantage for white because he can play bishop e5 followed by queen
Yeah.
e7.
Bishop e5 at the end,
Yeah.
exactly. After black takes the pawn on b2. So, man, it must be so frustrating to black here. You calculated this line with rook c8, and then Shock just instantly replies because he was calculating the same thing except on your time. It was very tough. Okay, let's see. So Ivan is still fighting. Danya has traded one pair of rooks and played b3, so he's gotten rid of that weakness. And Danya's low on time. You got half the time of Sam, 4 minutes versus 8. I think considering the match situation, Sam is absolutely playing for a win here. I'm not sure if he's checking the other boards, but if he sees what's going on with Shock's game and with Christian's game, probably he realizes he has to play for a win. Because if we have a 2-point lead going into halftime, it's very hard to come back from that because our top two guys are going to be playing their boards 3 and 4. They're going to score a lot of points. So it's this is a critical moment, I think, for San Francisco. They really need to come back in this round. Okay, so we saw exactly that. Queen b2, bishop e5, and bishop d4. Now Shock is setting up a basically like a beginner's checkmate with queen e5.
and if he just has to be forced with queen d6, queen takes b7, and I'm pretty sure Shock would probably win that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, up a pawn in better position.
And
Yeah.
I mean the time.
Yeah, here we actually see that the pawn on f3, the double pawn is actually better than where it's on g3, for example.
Oh, because it's Teemu was saying this pawn on f3 is shielding the king from checks. Yeah, it's actually. In fact, I had a queen endgame once with these double pawns, and I just lost because I had no
The only
checks.
check is queen g5 and then king f1, no checks.
Right. Okay, a6.
If queen e5, f6,
Queen e6 check.
queen g7.
And, ooh, this looks very shaky for black. Very shaky.
I know. How can Mamedov actually break through this? You might think of f4 and f5.
Well, even a move like a4, look at that.
Wow.
Just
he wants to play
putting the
a5
pressure.
and clamp down.
Yeah, I think you can also throw an h4 somewhere, h5.
Mamedov is very good at tactics. So. he's using his strengths and to play well right now.
Of course, we have a suggestion for improvement. So
Yeah.
San Jose is leading 3-1. So maybe you should switch the
Oh.
stream.
Thank you. That's an excellent
So
point.
match up the logos.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That's sure that was very confusing.
Looking out for us out there.
You know what? In fact, I'll even put SF and SJ. So, I don't think we talked about this much, but this is the most important match of the year. this is the Battle of the Bay.
Yeah, it's rivalry week. All the rivals face against each other. If you're wondering.
Yeah, that was very smart.
But these are people that'll face each other like every weekend.
Right.
So you gotta look at these other players all the time.
And there's no bad blood. I don't think we dislike anyone on the San Francisco team, but they're in San Francisco and we're in San Jose, and they think they're better than us, and we have to we have to prove
That's all there is to it.
to prove otherwise.
So far, we've done just that.
But they're pretty quiet on the social media. They don't really do a whole lot of social outreach, which is a shame. It's nice to have the banter, the back and forth.
I think, yeah. I wonder if Ivan's game's still going. We should check that out.
Let's see.
No, I was hanging on to the
Yeah.
He's fighting. He's gonna play maybe
Queen
Queen
F7,
G4 or
yeah.
Queen F7.
Queen G4 H3, the Queen's trap.
Really? Oh wow.
I think from moment we might see the plan Bishop B6 trade and then Queen C4, Queen C7.
Uh-huh. So Teemu's saying Bishop B6 next. Get the pawn to B6. Then Queen comes to C7 and very difficult Queen endgame. I'm super liking Shock's chances here.
But
8 extra minutes.
It's not like he can just keep the Queen on E7 there and just stabilize. I mean, and just put his king on E6.
Oh, so you're saying Black just stays and does nothing.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I
don't think that
He'll
should
keep the queens
rush
on.
it. He should just play a move like Bishop C5 like he did. And
There's a weird smash talking, so I think this link should give.
oh, look at this works. This wins a pawn because if Queen C7, Bishop B6, Queen F7, Queen takes D8, and Queen E8, Queen takes B7, and Queen E5, Queen takes B7.
Oh, that's taking a pawn with check. Oh, so
Oh, look at
Queen
Queen
D7.
Yeah.
Oh, never.
found something
Yeah,
better?
King H6, Bishop
Oh,
F8.
Bishop F8.
Yeah.
This is resigns. You just heard the room collectively go, oh.
San Francisco really has to get their brain fresh again and really.
Dude, it's hard. Mohamed Jarvis, he might be. I mean, I don't know. We have to check the stats, but right now he's at a perfect score in the league. He might be the only player since MVL we know lost today.
Yeah.
There were some other players who had a 4-0 last week, but
Hikaru didn't win all his games.
Lee Chow was 4-0,
Mhm.
now he drew.
Mm.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so that brings us to 4 points. And man, Mohamed Jarvis is feeling great.
Nah, Daniel's game looks probably a draw. right?
Pretty drawish, right?
Yeah.
3 minutes each. He's an excellent blitz player. Very, very even. Let's go to Christian. We haven't seen that game in a while. Christian's pressing. He's pushing.
He's going for it.
Rook B8. Piling up on the C pawn. And once again, Coleman is just down to under a minute against 6. Very, very tough in a position where you have to just defend patiently.
The queen is invading A3 or A2. Not good.
So queen is coming in. There's some B4 ideas at some point, if possible.
I mean, what if White just plays B4 himself and plays Queen D4?
Then the rook comes into C4, I think, and
I think the idea is D4 too.
oh, to play
no,
D4.
not here, but yeah, in the other room.
Sure, rook C4, D4.
So he's using what Teemu was suggesting.
Oh,
Why can't he just play D4 and take and play D4?
I would play B4 actually.
Before, right?
B4,
Yeah.
C4.
Yeah,
we get the
the
passed
other
pawn.
Takes,
pawn,
takes.
Yeah.
I mean,
B3.
That's
Yeah.
a bit stronger.
Yes.
It looks good, and White's king is already a little bit loose.
And that time is really bad.
And the time. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Teddy Coleman's problem is he's spending too much time in these quick time controls. Well,
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for him, but
my only problem is I spend a lot of time in these time controls.
right.
Well,
Okay, some changes in Danya's game. Looks like they traded a
that's
pair of
my
pawns.
problem. I s-
So knight d5. So still looking drawish, but I feel like that was a good exchange for white because now he has a
Yeah,
passed d
absolutely.
pawn. In this queen end game, I think only white could win, but I would say draw is very, very likely here. So this is looking like
like
a draw.
I mean, white is getting a lot of weaknesses. The g3 pawn will be weak, a2 probably actually even falls.
Mhm.
So he might have to play king h2, but still it's tricky for white to hold.
You think black is better here? Like has chances?
Oh,
the
very
the
nice.
passed pawn on d3 does nothing.
And Christian just gained.
But
permanent
then
advantage.
the queen is
Oh,
so
sorry.
flexible that he should be able to defend everything.
Yeah, maybe. I imagine. Okay, king h2 makes sense, and then maybe just centralize the queen. And I feel like if this queen ever goes to a3, if Danya wants, he should have some kind of perpetual.
Yeah.
I would say white. The biggest risk here is if he tries to win and like
Yeah.
take some risk. But I don't know.
At the same time, it might be a good decision, but maybe just torture his opponent instead of just accepting a draw. Just torture his opponent for.
You mean for black?
No, for white. White should
No,
just
but
torture
you have
his
to look
opponent.
at white's time.
Yeah, so it's lower on time. Considering the match situation, a draw in this game is absolutely fine for us because it looks like Christian has made a lot of progress, and he's up a pawn. So d4. So white remains with a weakness, and now he has this nice pawn mass in the center. And again, Coleman is basically playing off the increment, so looking good. So now Rookie One's an interesting move. He's trying to induce black to play f6 and make some weakness.
The thing is, like f6, it's hard to take a. Well, I don't think f6 is smart. He should just play rook e8.
Just rook e8, right? And
No
just
counter play, yeah.
g6, king
Keep it
g7, and then just slowly.
Why can't he even just? Well, maybe not.
Okay, so 34 new messages in the in the hackers chat. No, in the WhatsApp.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. So if you guys are on Twitter, I didn't put my name, but it's basically the same as the Twitch channel. Hello, Kostya. You should hit me up. Send me a message that you're watching the show, and then I'll retweet it, and then you can retweet that, and then I'll retweet yours, and then I'll just go back and forth. So only game so far that's finished is Shock. Everything else still going. And Ivan still fighting, but okay, running out of time now. This game
You should
is.
just play queen f7
close to-
instead of
Might
flagging.
flag.
Don't flag, don't flag.
Is there a lag, or did he?
Is-
No, I think there's just a lag.
Is there a lag or did he flag? That's
Probably
all.
flag.
Yeah, because okay, you can play rook f6, but
Wow, that rhyme just came together like.
it's kind of well, it's kind of losing nonetheless. Well, he has h4. He's just trying to get h4 in so bad.
I'm surprised Christian didn't play e4 when he had a chance. Now I don't think he made. He has definitely come back.
Did you
Yeah.
want to get yourself set
Oh,
up?
okay, d3.
Yeah, I think as soon as the round ends, I'll just go in.
Okay.
Or do you think I should go now?
Because they start things like 5 minutes, like quick.
And you might need to log in too, because it might be.
Oh, right. Okay.
You're a substitution?
Well, I'm going in. Yeah, round 3 and 4.
Oh.
So,
I guess we have. I'm gonna have to commentate your
Christopher,
game.
you take over. Here's the mouse.
How do you use the mouse?
What do you mean? You move it.
I know you move it.
I just
Okay.
Oh yeah, you just.
Well, actually, Teemu, you should take my seat because you're
Sanat.
Yeah.
tech savvy.
What?
They know how to do that.
Oh,
The
Christian
three of
won?
you are gonna be doing it.
Okay.
How
I'll
did he
just
win?
stay standing on the sidelines commentating.
Oh, I
just as
think-
much.
Got the fast controlling him.
Oh, I think my server might be lagging because we didn't get any posts. I'll refresh that.
Christian won.
Okay, so
Yeah.
2.
Let's
First
see.
score then? 5.
Okay, hello
so
everyone.
far 5, yeah. Yeah, 5.5 is, looks like Daniel will hold this.
Whoa.
We should take a look at Daniel's game, see what happened.
Oh, are you sitting?
Wait, did I just mess up the screen?
No, you can sit. No,
Here, let me get another chair.
that's fine. You can sit.
Thank you.
Here, you guys. Here.
We can get another chair.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh-oh.
There.
Did I just mess up the screen? Oh no.
There we go. Everybody in there?
It's a bit out.
All right, now be exciting.
Okay.
We'll be very entertaining.
Yeah, Kostya's gone to play. He's gonna play the next 2 rounds, the last 2 rounds. On
Okay.
board 2, right? Or yeah, 2 I think.
Yeah.
Board 2.
Yeah.
And then I think
Who?
is somebody else is taking over on board 1, right? I think
I gotta give you the screen names for the new players in the next round.
yeah.
Draw.
So
True, huh?
what happened here?
Who drew?
Daniel.
Oh, Daniel.
Is
Yeah,
the screen cut
CMT
off?
Okay,
Irish.
perfect.
Is it cut off? No, you can see the age.
So I think we got 2.5, 1.5 that round.
The screen is over, right? Is it?
Yeah, the game's over. Kristen won.
All the games are
Hello,
over
one.
in our round. Perfect.
Good.
Great job, everyone. We
So who do we follow now?
Let's just follow all the games like game
yeah.
to game, like Kavutskiy then. But yeah, from our team. I don't know how to work this. Is the only
All
problem.
games just ended. Common next round will start in a few minutes. All right.
So the screen is a bit cut off. You can barely see the age file. There's like a couple of pixels missing.
I think Kavutskiy should have done it just before he came to try to play.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. It's okay. We can figure it
Sanat
out.
might know to fix the screen, and let me know if you need their screen names.
Teemu shirt. Do you have extras?
I think the problem.
Okay, so there we should increase the width a little bit.
Can I use your thing to look at the games?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, it should be better now. Okay,
I think it's lagging. Or is it supposed to? It's supposed to do that, right? It's a bit behind. It's not.
the stream delay. Yeah, there's supposed to be a stream delay.
Okay. The next game's gonna start in only 3 or 4 minutes.
You guys update the score?
Okay, so 2.5 for us. Okay.
5.5 to 2.5.
He drew.
Mhm.
5.5? Yeah, 5.5.
So 2.5.
You need a less graph. And hello, Kostya. And it's via.
Okay, 2.5 to 5.5.
Who's gonna do the main commentary?
You guys.
You go ahead.
Okay.
So
Okay.
do
I
we
guess I
have-
just used the microphone. this here.
Yeah. Is it Zviad 123 or Isoria?
Zoria 1, 2, 3.
Who are the other two players?
You spelled
Nether
day
Discam
wrong.
and Mediaro.
You spelled day wrong. You should put you.
My Mediara up is the same all 4 rounds, and
Okay.
then it's Zoria board 2, Kostya board 3, and then Fike Oleskarov board 4.
So what's Fike's username?
Oleskarov 2 Fs.
Oh, 2 Fs, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's plot the Twitch channel. Yeah, okay.
We all have each other's backs here.
Do we have the game starting? Have the game started? Okay.
Okay. Get in line. Get these. Let's see. I do not see that our matches have started. So we're still good. Good luck to everyone.
How many minutes till the round starts? It's very soon, I think.
1 minute.
Okay.
I'll do that soon.
So we have a comment. My former coach 2200 used to sometimes offer draws to younger players and stronger players as a bluff in a very drawish position to provoke the other player to try for a win. Do you guys have any tricks like that you want to share?
I have well, some people use this trick on chess.com that they just, when they're about to checkmate the opponent, all of a sudden they offer a draw and then they just checkmate them.
So without giving
It's a
them...
very common trick and it's so annoying when it's played against you. You might know that, but and I've actually never got played against that. But it's a really annoying. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I personally don't do this too often, but there's definitely body language,
Yeah.
like reacting in a center to a move, maybe pretending you overlooked
Yeah.
something when you actually didn't.
Yeah.
So using
Yeah.
okay, the games have started,
All right.
I noticed that earlier.
but reacting as if you were shocked to see some move when it's when it's not actually that shocking. That could like offset your opponent to try to think there's something in the position when
Yep.
there's actually not.
It looks like it's a King's Indian from Kavutskiy, and I don't know how often he plays this opening.
He plays it regularly.
Okay.
That's the main
Yeah.
And do you know if I can move this here?
The King's Indian gets very sharp. Black wants to probably get f5 in and play knight f6 and play h6 g5 f4. But I'm not a master in this line.
Well, that's some
Okay, but what if white
I'm
doesn't
not
play?
that good.
What if white doesn't play
Well,
d5?
yeah.
Would black go for c6 and then maybe put pressure on. Or e4, or we have takes. Now, I expect.
I think it's if he takes with the pawn, it's a Maroxy bind setup.
No,
Oh,
not Marek
yeah.
Subban because you have the c7 pawn.
Oh.
But here, I think it's logical to take back with the knight, because knight takes, queen takes. You keep open the black
Yeah.
bishop, which is usually a liability in these kinds of positions. Okay, we have d takes e5. So I'm thinking Kostya is planning to play c6 and knight c5.
Yeah.
c6 is a very important move to take away knight d5s in all cases, and
Yeah.
White might try to take advantage of that by playing knight d5 immediately, and forcing knight takes d5. And now he has basically two options, but I would take with the c pawn, so you can play rook c1 and attack the c pawn.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Actually, but
I don't know these opening lines.
But-
I don't play this opening line. That's
okay.
what
But
it
actually,
was
what if knight d5? You go back to, d8.
Yeah, but then bishop g. Yeah, I don't see really anything there.
Yeah, but looking at knight takes d5, c takes d5, White has such a logical plan of playing rook c1, queen c2, c7
Yeah.
is fatally
That-
weakened, so queen d8 makes a lot of sense.
Note that the e4 pawn is hanging, so he could just play c6 the next move and maybe put even his queen on c7. But I don't know these lines that well. Let's look how's Azoria doing. Azoria.
Playing fm
FM
tiny
tiny
p.
p9.
Okay, that's
I don't.
yeah, Ryan tactics setup.
I don't know these lines that well, but I think Black wants to play c5 and h6. He just wants to eventually play c5, knight d7. He could also think of rook c8, rook c7, and queen a8. He just
Okay.
wants to battle along the file.
Yeah, so
Or he can just play knight c6 and just play for the center. Just play c5.
so rook c8, rook c7 followed by queen a8.
Yeah.
That would be the same idea we thought about in
Yeah.
Kirilla's last game.
Yeah.
In this case, it would made actually a lot of sense because you're not only opening up the c file, but putting more pressure on
Yeah.
this diagonal. So I think that would be a logical plan to play. But let's look at the opening. So it
Let's see
started
what it
off
was.
as an English opening with b6.
Yeah.
It's actually a very well-known sideline. d4. Now we're going into
E6.
Queen's Indian. e3.
Yeah.
I think this should still be theory. What do you think?
I don't know because from the moves they're playing, it's just because they're like playing by really strong players. Again, it doesn't mean that's theory, but it just might be some position or that they know the ideas about, but I'm not sure how often Ryan plays this. So he wants to play bishop. I don't know what he wants to do with queen c8. I don't know, maybe he wants to play bishop a6 and trade off White's strong bishop, but I think that bishop on b7 is doing a lot.
Or maybe just to avoid
One
don't
plan
know.
could be knight c6, knight a5 followed by
Yeah.
c4. That's a common plan I've seen. But
Yeah.
then it's you're conceding the center, giving White e4.
There's this famous game that that it was a little different than this, like a bit different, but yeah, he went for the same idea and Capablanca went for a big attack with like f4, and he had a knight on h1, so he played like knight f2 and e4, and he
Yeah, here you
kept
just have
on
to look at
pushing.
the forces, how they're concentrated. Black's pieces are all on the queen side, while White's are mostly in the
Yeah.
center, looking at White's, looking at Black kings.
Yeah, so that's where he should attack, of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
Okay, Mohamed Yarov's game.
there's this.
So we have
We have a Benoni, I think. right?
Benoni
No,
turned Benko.
Yeah, Benko. I wonder what happened.
It's a very interesting position.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a direct Benko gambit. Bishop g5.
Oh yeah, Benko game.
Mm.
King
So-
A6.
Yes, the e4, b5 is hanging, so a6.
I don't think that. I think I like White's position here. Black didn't quite get the compensation he wanted.
No, I think black is completely fine because white isn't even up a pawn. It's just a trade. Look at black's bishop pair. I mean,
No,
bishop
look
on
at-
b7 isn't
wait,
doing that much.
Oh
But
wait, yeah, actually, black's not up a pawn, so
Yeah.
he should be okay. But what if just queen b3? Think about the pressure. He's threatening b takes a6 and knight b5.
okay, so we can still say that white does have a slight
Queen
opening
b5.
advantage, but definitely not not a typical Benoni or Benko.
Yeah. He might think of getting his queen in and just doubling the rooks. He wants to put pressure. He could even think of a move like b6.
What would you think about rook a3 followed by queen a1?
I could also do that, but I think it's better to play queen b3 and then use your rooks, because that queen's also threatening a move like b takes a6. Then you
Okay.
future.
So queen b3 followed by rook a3, rook fa1.
Yeah, I don't know.
Makes
I
sense.
don't know the ideas, but it's just what I say.
Makes sense.
My openings aren't actually that good. Now, so he played knight e4. If you take, maybe his idea is takes on f6 and then takes on h7, followed by queen takes d5, and you have a very good position there. Followed by
so-
taking on a6. And
So he's really tempting black to open up the position, which wouldn't be favorable for black at all because the pieces on the queen side are completely out of play. They're not doing much at all. On the other hand, white's pieces are active in the center. Black would just create weaknesses for himself.
that's what Mamadeyev's very good at. He likes to play tactical and aggressive. He wants to he has a lot of play here, and I think that he sees that taking a pawn isn't really the best move, so it's gonna be very hard for Cameron to even get a draw here.
It's very challenging.
It looks very good. All we need is 3 more points, so
They're looking at
in the next 2 rounds.
Okay, let's look
Pretty
at
good.
Vinay Bad versus Alex Grove.
So it looks like they got some sort of structure. White's ideas here is to play at e4, and when that comes, it'll be very strong. He might think of e5, even, and then continuing. I don't think Black's either gonna try to. I don't know. He might allow e4 and play like h6 and. But I think that all his pieces, the way they're placed, they're all heading towards the king side. So that's why you don't play like a3 and b4 here. You just play e4 and.
Yeah, so the minority attack
Yeah.
wouldn't make much sense. That's
Yeah.
true. The minority attack is, by the way, playing a3, b4, b5, weakening c6. But here it's not really an option because white is more likely to play in the center. So is black. So
Yeah.
we will see a fight over the control over d4 and e4.
I
The
think
two pieces.
White actually did a very good job in putting all these pieces. This is normal, the knight on e2 and knight on c3. There's some interesting positions with a knight on g3 that are much different, sort of different than these ones, but you play knight h1 and knight f2 sometimes, and then you go e4.
What about the
But
bishop
this is
on
much
g5? It's not that easy to find a good square for the bishop on g5 because if white goes to f2, then he almost never has moves with e4 because there will be knight g4.
mean, but you have to-
Taking also
yeah.
bishop takes back, then d4 would be weak.
Oh, it's not like, yeah, it's actually weak if you play e4. But after I don't think that, it's not like knight g4 is very scary or anything. He can take and you take. You just play e5 and continue with your attack. Then you play knight e4, it's not bad. Knight g4 is not really that powerful. You just play e4, so I don't think that he should take the knight.
Okay, so here we have b6. So the idea is clear to play bishop b7.
And c5.
Yeah, rook c8 and
H6.
c5.
And he just wants to counter attack against white's e4 plan
Yeah,
by creating a threat of his own. So I think that was very smart by him. Instead of just defending passively, he finds some plan of his own.
Yeah, if you look at this
counterattack.
position and you just let white play e4, it's
Yeah.
looking really bad for black. White is playing e5 next. If you don't get counterplay against d4 square, white will just take over the entire center, and black is confined to a passive defense. F7 might be weak. The knight is ready to come to f4. White is just looking to launch a massive kingside attack. So b6, logical. Black has to find counterplay with c5.
Who's a less Kirov? Who is he? Oh,
Yeah, Faik Aleskarov.
One of our intermediate team coaches on Saturdays, and Richmond coach during the
So
week.
let's
let's
see.
look at Kavutskiy's game. He's playing against Sam Shankland. I think Sam got his outpost on d6. I think I liked Sam's position. But
So queen d8.
remember, an outpost is when a pawn can't attack that piece. And I mean, a pawn can't attack that piece right now. And it just, then the rook sits there very nice.
So what do you think about queen e7? Because a typical move would be to play queen
Yeah.
c7, but then white would have a bishop g5 trading off the f6 bishop. So maybe
I don't think that's really a real threat. Yeah, I mean, just knight f6 and h6 and bishop e6. It's
look,
just
look at d6.
I
White's gonna
know.
play c5.
I mean, he
rook
can
d6.
play rook d8. That's just, it's not that simple in my opinion.
Okay.
But okay, he probably should have played queen c7. But this is not terrible. But Sam got the d6 square. I don't really think Kavutskiy's in a. Kavutskiy, I think, is Kavutskiy tactical or traditional? I don't know. Okay,
So we're looking at a slow maneuvering game.
yeah.
Black does have some problems because if he trades off the g4 bishop, he will never be able to play knight e6 due to rook d7.
He has another problem that his pieces are like, I don't know. It's like,
Hold on, do we have a
Yeah.
threat of rook takes f6?
what? Rook takes f6 followed by what?
Bishop g5, the queen is trapped.
No, queen g7.
Oh, queen g. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So, yeah, I was looking at the line king g7,
Oh.
landing to like h6 for king. Okay, king g7, then rook takes f6.
Oh,
Yeah.
tricky Teemu.
Falling into my own traps.
Wow. It's like you're trying to find a move for black to actually make that work. I mean, what other move besides king g7 actually makes the same thing work with rook takes f6?
Probably not a move. Yeah, but king g7, my plan was to play h6 and then probably
Yeah.
drop back to e6.
Yeah, just I don't like Kavutskiy's position. So let's see who's doing well on our team and who's not doing well on our team, and who's doing okay on our team.
So,
We
we
can
have
sort of predict the score.
we have
right now.
Kostya struggling to equalize here.
Struggling to even just be
Aleskarov, this is
fine.
really complicated. Still in the opening, so could swing either way here. Mamed Yarov.
Let's see.
The position has changed
Wait,
drastically.
we need to update what happened.
Looks like there's some.
Knight e4, bishop takes b2, rook b1,
Okay,
bishop f6,
he
queen.
takes the pawn.
Queen c2, the threat is to take, and then h7 falls.
Yeah.
But just a takes b5, doesn't care. Rook takes, bishop takes d5, just taking away all the pawns.
Yeah.
Knight takes, bishop e4. But I have to say, even though black is up a pawn, it's just a d6 pawn. Black doesn't have a really good coordination. The rook will go to d1, the other rook ready to invade the 7th.
I think that Cameron is better than he used to be because he sort of got out, and it's kind if Mamadeyov can find a way to get a very strong attack or do something very good, Cameron would just be up a pawn.
Yeah, so
So I'm a little concerned here.
So black definitely wants to just consolidate his position and hope to grind out a win. But we'll see what Mehmet Yarov comes up with.
Is h3 just giving us king left, or does he want to play like knight h2?
Oh, knight h2, knight g4. But every time, whenever you move your knight to h2, there will be something with knight e5.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't consider knight h2 a serious plan.
But I mean, then knight e5, f4.
But f4, you're weakening your own king.
Yeah, and it leaves room for, I don't know, moving the knight and playing queen d4, so.
But it still looks kind of.
I question Mamadeyev's counterplay a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think he.
Why can't he just play knight e5 here? I don't know. Cameron could, I don't know, he might
No,
score
no,
an
no.
upset.
Knight e5, we take it.
You just take.
I know, I mean, it's okay, but
The
is
rook
that
on-
pawn really that important?
Would
Cameron just wants to trade the rooks. I don't see any
But if you have, okay, so let's look at knight e5. That's just, I would say that's giving away every advantage you have. If you take back the pawn, rook takes. Now
Why
white
can't you just
pieces
take
are
back with the queen?
queen takes f7. Now the king
Okay,
is
is
weak.
that king is weak, but how do you exploit it, right?
You're gonna play rook b7.
It's
you
not
have,
really a real threat. You can just play like rook f8. I
Yeah,
don't think so.
No.
But
that's-
maybe it's not good to give up.
on the long run, that should be not favorable.
I'm not sure.
maybe he can play knight e5 later when f7 doesn't come. But
I'm questioning a little bit about how our team is doing right now in all their games.
Okay, let's look at fights.
I think that we can pull off some points though, especially in this game.
So do we have a threat of c4 maybe?
I don't.
No, bishop. But driving the bishop to h3 wouldn't be that good for white. No, but then e4 is coming with 4, so maybe c4 is not that threat.
I mean, like you have enough pieces guarding that square. You can think of knight d1, knight f2, trying to prepare e4.
So now are we gonna play knight 8 d7 or knight 6 d7? Both have valid points because exchanging of this bishop might be critical for black since e3 would be weak.
I know, but what if he just plays knight f4? Okay, maybe it's a bit weak. Yeah.
No, but knight 6 d7, bishop takes e7, queen takes e7, knight f4 runs into c takes d4. Rook on e1 is hanging.
Oh.
So you have to be very careful. So I think knight 6 d7 would be logical. Okay, and we do see it. Bishop f4
He has the
should
same
be
idea.
should be the anticipated
Yeah.
move. But now we might see knight
Knight
e6 or
e6.
knight g6.
Yeah, and then he's just gonna continue his plan because knight e6 puts more pressure on d4. So all he's doing is enforcing black to a better square instead of making his position. So I don't see any problems in this game. And look at the time situation. Almost
Whoa.
9 minutes to 3 minutes.
get trouble.
Questionable.
Yeah, Feig is doing really well here.
Fike is showing Fike is I think we a good substitution for us. I see.
Rook
So
c8
far,
coming.
I don't know.
The queen is actually misplaced here. I would say queen would be so much better on d2.
yeah, defend z3 and not on c5. There you go.
I don't see it. I don't think that it would be so much better on d2. It's trying to support the e4, so I don't exactly see why.
No, the queen doesn't really add to that.
Yeah.
Queen on d2 would be better, but then again he would have to waste one move for that.
Yeah, and the only problem is that the queen on c2 supports e4, so
Okay, a6, logical.
but it's probably
The
gonna.
bishop is very short and square.
Yeah, but it's not
C4.
quite trapped. Is the only problem.
Yeah, yeah.
And black should never play g6.
yeah.
It just takes away squares for his own pieces. And
Yeah, and
g6 is kind of like
Knight wants
a weak blitz trap. G6 just helps white because white will happily play queen d2, giving more squares for his bishop,
Yeah.
moving the queen to a better place, and g6
If he
giving away
wants
the
to
h6
move one
square,
of the
for example.
pawns, he should play h6. That would be better. But I don't think he should do that anyways. He should just continue with his plan and play
Maybe
rook
rook c8. Yeah, rook c8.
rook c8. He might play bishop f6 next. Don't see any problems. Maybe b5. I don't know. c4 and b5. Just trying to get prey. Yeah. This game's looking fine. Let's look at
Okay, we see queen d2.
yeah. Let's look at Cameron's game. Let's look at Azora's game. We haven't
Yeah.
looked at that in a while.
And a lot of stuff happening. So e4. So white is starting to realize his attack on the king side and the center. Knight d2.
Yeah, that's typical
Okay.
idea, right? To bring-
Logical.
Open to prepare f4 and maybe bring the
Oh,
queen in.
e5, d5.
Knight.
The position is starting to close. but-
I think I like Azora's chances a little more.
Yeah, definitely. Knight c4 is a
Knight
wonderful
e3,
square.
Yeah.
And
Knight e3 if he plays b5.
yeah, and
no
you don't really
problems.
want to misplace your bishop by playing bishop d6, although it might be necessary at some point. White will happily play knight c4, bishop c1, and reroute the
I
bishop
think
into game.
Black would more rather have a knight on d6. First
Yeah.
of all, they're better blockaders, and
Yeah,
it just
course.
seems harder with a knight than a bishop.
Yeah, and
Yeah, but
defense
you're not gonna get the
c4
knight
square
there.
too.
So the fastest
Yeah,
way is
yeah.
h7, f6,
Yeah.
e8, d6. That's
Yeah,
That's,
that's
the
way too
only
slow.
problem. Yeah. If the knight was on a square like e8, just it would be more likely that he would try that.
White might
And also
play
the
f4
time
at some
situation,
point.
we should
Seems
focus
like it.
on that.
yeah,
It's
7.5
much higher,
minutes
yeah.
against 2.5 minutes.
That can be very serious that he might not have enough time to play good.
One thing also to note is f4 might be coming, especially if black has to take. Or f6 would also be a weakness
Yeah.
because we have queen invading the light squares. And if... Did I click something? I did.
Oh, this is the actual position.
Oh, so we weren't at the end even. Okay, so let's see how it developed. Okay, knight f8, a4, knight g6, g3.
The first.
So here we see white is trying to establish a blockade on the queen side so that he can gets his knight to c4 safely. Yep.
Probably a draw.
a5, okay.
Let's see what happens.
So the game has shifted in somewhat of a unexpected direction in the sense that now white is the one who's actually trying to play on the queen side because black has moved all his pieces to the king side because he anticipated that white would play on the king side. But
Yeah.
now white is switching the attack on the queen side.
Because of black's pieces aren't really there, so
Yeah.
he's trying to catch him off focus. So f5, there he goes. All of a sudden, he's trying to attack on the king side.
Yeah, so
So
I
maybe
think
he
black got,
wasn't
white actually tricked black in the sense that he fooled him into moving the pieces on the king side. But now we see b6. b6 is really weak, and black still has nothing on the queen side. Knight is pinned, so he would have to waste the move playing king h8 to get knight f4, and
And
even
he might
then,
just take on g6.
yeah.
But yeah, again, I think Ryan found a good way out of what I thought was a tough situation. It looks a little better now. I still like Azoria's chances though. A little bit. I don't know. What about Kavutskiy's game?
Hello, Kostya.
So this is the position. It's not
Oh,
very good.
This
game
this
turned
is
into an
this
endgame
has to
and
be lost.
Kavutskiy has 13 seconds to.
Oh, look it completely stopped. Zuxwalt.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is
Yeah, and
one.
he's lost.
Okay, this is game
No,
over.
no, no. Let's focus because if he plays rook takes g6, rook g7, then he has a pawn that he can try to queen. I don't know.
No.
Let's just see how this ends.
Draw. Mamedyarov's game. Draw.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah, he plays f5.
nice job.
Okay, we
He's
have
just
Whoa,
lost.
Cameron.
Kostya desperately trying to
Do
move
something.
his a pawn, but
Yeah, and he has
to
more
no
time.
avail.
Look at it. Yeah. Let's just make. I don't know. Look at his king right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this game is just gonna probably beat.
Okay.
So we have a half. So Kavutskiy's probably gonna lose.
And this is a checkmate and a couple. Yeah, rook h7, king g8,
He
f7.
might even just play king e8. Okay, or
Okay, he
resigns.
resigned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was. Let's look at.
And Mamedjarov game ended in a draw.
They drew by agreement. Okay.
His first non-decisive victory.
So rook b1
So,
takes
His
the-
first non-victory.
That was a surprise. Look at Cameron. Sounded like he had a good position, but apparently.
Yeah, so f for c3, a wonderful in-between move. That's what saves his pawns, because knight d3, we would have knight takes c4, knight takes f4, knight takes d6, and the game would be...
Still drawn.
Actually, I would say white is actually better in that case because of the double pawns.
I know, but it's still very draw.
Yeah,
She wouldn't be able
yeah.
to pawn.
c3, and now the game just goes into a draw. There's no way black can queen the d pawn.
Well, maybe. I think Cameron should have tried to fight on, but it's gonna be very tough. Yeah, it's a draw.
No,
For
against the super GM, he has no chance. Okay, yeah.
He has a
immediately-
little chance, but
Immediately we see that.
I don't know. I think
there's
his
no
his
doubt.
draw was okay.
Yeah.
Let's.
After
so-
rook d6, we have king e3, king d4. A game is a draw.
Let's look at.
It looks like Fight might have
Fike's
complicated things enough to make
Okay.
it very tricky.
Okay, Fike. He has spent a lot of his time, but now he
Look at
definitely has
look
counterplay.
at look at now
So
he
his
has
opponent is
under
down to a minute.
Yeah, I feel okay about Frank's chances.
Mhm.
What if
Maybe
he just
h5.
h5
Yeah.
here?
Mm.
Yeah.
h5.
E5. I mean that's queen h6, h3, knight e3.
Yeah.
Ouch.
h5 definitely play that. e5,
Oh,
the queen h6.
passive.
That
He
would just open up the
Yeah,
file.
so he plays bishop c8. Okay, maybe it's not that passive because he wants to play on queen h6 and queen h4. Just I'm not sure. He could have just thought of h5. So this is getting very complicated and
But no, queen h6,
Yeah.
h3, we have queen h4 maybe.
is his idea. Yeah.
Okay, so bishop c8 actually makes sense because you keep open the h file, so you retain your attacking chances. Now the bishop is protecting the knight, so
Yeah.
you can freely move your king.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, rook takes
look.
d4, rook c1 is hanging.
Oh wow! So
A nice tactic spotted.
This
Rook f1, quick response, he doesn't have any time to think.
93.
Rook d2 maybe.
Yeah. 93 or rook.
Actually, rook
I
rook
probably
d2
like
runs
rook.
into queen f3 because the
Oh, yeah,
f7
yeah.
is hanging. So
See,
rook
with
f4,
he
logical,
plays-
logical.
Yeah. He's playing. I think he's played a good game so far. Oh.
Knight c e4.
Why can't
About
he?
bishop b7.
Why can't he take on e5? I'm still wondering.
Oh, knight takes e5.
I'm still wondering. Maybe that pawns. Okay, he plays knight g6. He wants.
Okay, now the
Yeah.
e5 pawn is doomed.
Now he's threatening queen takes c8. He has to be a little careful.
Queen takes c8, we still would have knight f8, though it would
I-
complicate things. So maybe you can just afford taking with the
Okay,
knight 4.
he-
I played bishop b7.
Bishop b7. Okay.
For playing.
For next round.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he have just played knight f5?
Okay, Christopher,
last
take
move?
over.
Okay. Now I have to use the mouse?
Yeah.
I'll sit in with you.
Okay. He just
Now, time is an
took-
issue here. I mean, we're under 10 seconds.
yeah. He's just gonna take the rook on f4. What if rook f1? I don't understand. Queen h6, go back. But then knight to f5, queen h5. I don't know.
It's
He's been playing well under time pressure. Very well.
He's
Kavutskiy said, he's a very good
he's
blitz
very
player.
experienced with blitz. Very experienced.
I think that he should play queen h5 here. He just has 5.9 seconds on the clock and he's playing well.
I mean, this position is so complex. I mean,
I know, right? And he's blitzing out these moves like a champion would. Oh, look at the pin!
wow.
The pin! The
Wow.
pin! The bishop! The bishop!
won the
Yes,
match.
he
Very
The
nice.
bishop pins the king. So
Very
followed by very nice, very nice.
so he did manage.
Fantastic.
Okay, yeah.
Nice, well done.
Good job, Fike. Wow.
That's the only.
That was
That's
an upset.
wow. Let's check the Azoria game. Let's see what has been going on. Okay, the position right now.
Take it easy. Thank you for coming. See you later.
This is the position right now. Wow, now Azoria is slightly down on time. I mean, briefly. It's interesting. FM time.
Tactic. That was a beautiful tactic. What's the score? So it is 6-7.
1.5 this round.
There's still one game going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An interesting
See you
variation.
later.
Yeah, I think that this position is fine. I don't think that Black really has too much. Maybe he does. It's just hard to find a way to break through right now.
But is it a
So,
draw?
but I don't think Ryan should have just spent all his time in that position. I mean, just to play one move. I mean, he should just have kept his time in it.
Oh, run.
Queen h7 checkmate. What
One
the?
move checkmate.
What? What?
Oh.
What?
Let's look at this.
Why?
So, queen.
Fantastic.
Look at good two queen moves that
Queen e4 set up a simple
Yeah,
checkmate of
what?
h7. Black falls for thinking he has counterplay. Oh no, queen h7 checkmate.
I think they should do that as blunder of the week.
Our third, fourth round switch paid off.
We still 8-4, right?
8-4. Yeah, it's 8-4.
Wow.
So update the
We
score.
need a half point.
So 2.5 again. 2.5, 1.5 again for us.
Very good. It's
So 4-8 for San Jose Hackers.
I think that we should call chess.com and show this on Chess Center as blunder of the week.
But you can't be too harsh on Black. He had 10 seconds left.
Yeah, maybe.
Those
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah. If you're not spending any time and you weren't expecting such a move, or if you didn't even see it.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, let's actually look at Queen e4 because it's extremely tricky here. Because g4 knight takes g or g6 knight takes g6. So Queen g8 seems like the only. Actually, Queen g6 knight g6 still. So I think.
I
this
mean,
is-
he spent it 4 seconds and he missed the check. That was a maiden one.
Yeah,
That's what the
That's what
time. I mean,
but here it's.
what
I
can
think
you
it's
do
already
anyway?
lost.
Yeah,
So
you-
So
Eight.
here.
Yeah, 4, yeah.
Bishop.
Why did he play bishop
Half point.
gc7? Why not just rook e5? Oh, knight g6.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
here, it's white actually turns out to be so much better here because he has the queen e4 resource and there's no easy defense for black against. Maybe
Rook
g6.
f8. Rook f8.
Or rook f8, yeah. Rook
Rook
f8.
takes
Rook
yeah.
takes b6, yeah.
Bishop takes g3. I mean, that's what Ryan should have done. And I'm not sure if Azoria would actually play the right move. He,
Actually,
Right?
maybe rook f8 does work. Rook
Right.
f8.
yeah,
Can we actually analyze here?
yeah.
So if we have rook f8,
Pretty dramatic.
rook takes b6. Now what if we play queen takes f2?
I mean,
Queen takes f2, king takes f2.
queen takes.
Rook takes f2, king takes f2, and bishop takes g3.
You can just play rook takes d6. You don't have to play king takes f2, and you're just completely winning. If you go back, how do you go back?
And actually, even here, you would have checkmate with rook b8.
So right here, why could after rook takes f2? Why can't he just play rook takes d6?
Okay, right. So, okay, not queen takes f2. So, does rook f8 work then? Rook takes b6.
Bishop takes g3 was my original idea.
Okay, let's try it. So, bishop takes g3. Now, f takes g3.
Rook takes g3.
King h2.
Yeah, that seems to work.
Maybe.
But then
no, no,
queen
no.
f4.
Queen f4, yeah.
So king h1.
Yeah.
It's
7.5, 4.5.
no, 8 4 I think.
No, Webster's
Oh.
beating St. Louis.
Oh.
Taking advantage of Wesley playing over there.
Wesley.
Okay, now this. Now knight g6 is coming.
Yeah.
So queen f4, knight g6 should be enough.
Yeah.
And the queen is a really good defender.
Yeah. I don't think black can actually. I don't know. It's a little hard. I don't exactly see the way out through, but
Nuno's also playing there,
Huh?
yeah. We still have one more round to even when we won, we're still gonna check all the games.
No,
Mhm.
the Taos deal.
I wonder how many views we have. How many people are watching?
You can go to
more,
Twitch.
more now because
Let's
of you.
Yeah. Where is it? Here. No. Here.
Aw,
So how many people? Scroll down.
there. Scroll down. Wait, how do you scroll down?
Use the scroll.
Oh,
Move the
this?
mouse. Move the mouse here.
Oh, that works. 31. We have 31
Very good.
Actually, maybe click here.
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Unmute,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What? Did you actually press unmute?
No, it doesn't matter.
Wait.
Yeah, they're still able to hear us.
Okay, great.
We need some kind of.
Hello, Chess9839.
Hello, Vignesh, I have to say. We're just gonna wait for the next game to start, and we're just gonna do nothing. So you just have to, you can, I don't know, take a restroom break. We're just gonna do nothing. We're just gonna do nothing, so you can.
Just
Briefly
leave us
turn off.
questions. Leave us questions. we'll
Yeah.
answer. Okay. Willie Odysseus did not expect such a one-sided match. It's not really one-sided. It just happens to be that San Jose just happened to win at the critical moments. And 8-4 isn't that one-sided. A lot of the games could have gone the other way around. For example, Shankland Naroditsky. If Shankland had maintained the pressure, it could have been an easy win for Mechanics. Just
Easy
you know,
win.
not necessarily an easy win, but a win.
Win.
Yeah, but definitely not one-sided. It's San Jose Hackers are winning, but definitely not an easy match.
In the first match with Mamedyarov, I mean, that could have been a draw. It looked
Yeah,
like.
easily.
Yeah.
So every point, every half point, every point's critical.
All we need is a draw. I think at least with Mama Deyov, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna win this match.
So who will Mamedyarov be playing?
Yeah.
Ryan, okay.
Are you playing? You're not playing as a substitution, right? Teemu's not. Okay.
Not
No.
this round.
Oh, okay. Next round, right? Okay.
Next
Maybe.
match.
Next match. Yeah. He's asking Teemu what's up.
I see a couple of lights, a sprinkler.
Oh yeah, what?
It's
Oh
called
look
rain.
at,
The rain
look at
outside.
what's up right there. I see a ceiling, a few lights.
Some world champions behind you.
Yup,
Yeah,
all of them.
we can't answer that question right now. Oh, and the games have started.
Yep.
We can look at this game. At least one of the games. So
So it seems
Kavutskiy
Mamedyarov
has
game
been
hasn't
playing.
started. Is he offline?
I don't. No, it's the other person. Okay, he
Wait.
moved.
Oh,
No,
the,
this is
the
Shankland.
game did start. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on.
Let's look at
Good
this.
luck, everyone.
Mama Deyov has chose the perk. I guess actually, Kavutskiy said this, but all we need is a draw, so I guess he's playing a dubious opening.
No, he's playing for a win.
Okay,
he
okay.
played a lot of
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
he
yeah.
played,
Yeah.
Last match he played only birds as black, and he got really good position against GMs. Actually, as every time he went to an end game, he just convincingly won.
Yeah. What? So he goes for knight g4. Interesting. Tiny Peanut wanted to play, or Ryan wanted to play bishop e3 and f3.
Actually, this is exactly
go?
what we saw last match also. Momediero playing the exact same line. So the point is knight g4, the bishop will go to g5, then we will have bishop g7, h3, h6. Yeah. So I'm surprised because that in that line black is equalizing quite easily. So I'm surprised Tiny Peanut or Ryan hadn't prepared anything to maybe try for an advantage, because he definitely should. He should be aware of the game Momediero played last match, and he should have had plenty of time to prepare for it.
Yeah. I mean, he could just play bishop. I don't know. This might seem a little slow, but maybe he can think of moving his bishop back and playing f3 and bishop e3.
Oh,
He does
okay,
the
so,
same thing.
So this might be his prep. Okay, bishop c1. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just prepared a draw, but now,
Prepare a draw.
but now Momediero should.
How? I don't think anybody ever found the first draw in the book.
Yeah, so
Prepare a
Momediero, objectively he should play knight f6 and just take the draw, but given that he's Momediero, he's probably trying to play for a win, although draw would be a match win for San Jose Hackers.
he might
And
play.
this is c6, so he's not taking the draw.
Obviously. So this game, let's look at another game. I wonder this game. Let's look at this. Okay. I don't know why, but that person over there has been spending a lot of time.
Maybe he doesn't remember his opening prep.
He's a pretty strong GM. Well, not necessarily. He's a GM, so he's very good. And so this is a slow game. It's just a suave. Why can't he just take and I don't know. Take
is
and play
still
knight b5? I don't
This
get
is the
it.
well-known theory.
Really?
If c takes d5, then we have e takes d5.
Yeah, okay.
And actually, in
You
that
know the
case, black
theory?
would just be completely fine, because he will play
Okay.
bishop b7, rook c8, c5,
Yeah.
and
Open up
white
the
doesn't have
yeah.
much. So
Yeah.
I'm not completely sure, but bishop d3 should be the main line.
Yeah.
So something like bishop d3, bishop e7, castles, maybe b3 or even a3, followed by okay, b3 immediately is also a variation, although
Yeah.
a bit less popular, I think, because
I don't. A lot of these lines they're playing is I don't know very well because I don't really know the opening very well. But I'm still trying to. I still know a little bit, so that's what.
and these are really
I'm
popular openings. So
No, I
even-
play e4.
Okay, e4.
That's
but
the
even if you
only
follow
thing.
top tournaments, you should see these positions.
I see these
frequently.
openings, but I don't really pay attention to the actually like the theory that they're playing.
Okay.
Sometimes I just cover the tournaments when they're already in the middle game.
So both players are somewhat blitzing out moves. Vinay taking out, I think, with b6 for a
I don't
bit
think
longer.
they're blitzing out moves. 37 seconds. They're not blitzing out moves. They're spending a little time in a well-known position. Is the same. I think it's sort of almost the opposite of blitzing out moves.
Okay, fair enough. How about Isoria versus Wheeler?
Azoria versus Wheeler. Okay, that's against Cameron. Let's take a look. If you just
Again, a very theoretical English.
let's actually see what this was.
So this is a very theoretical English where white gets a slight pressure.
I'm just wondering what
but black is
happened.
completely okay.
So it was d4, knight f6. So it was c5, and then he didn't play d5.
Yeah,
He went for
Cameron
here.
is an English player, so it's logical that after c5 he would just transpose into symmetrical English.
Very, very dry positions. So knight c6. Wait, let's go back. I guess the idea is that if he takes, you can take back and play bishop e6.
Yeah, absolutely,
for the
and then
next-
followed by
yeah.
rook a8,
Yeah.
and that's not good for white at all.
Yeah, so he knew what he was doing, and he played bishop e3, a couple of trades, and he played rook b8, trying to, I don't know, defend the pawn and get something.
And if we see
I
the
don't see-
exchange of dark
This
squares,
this is yeah. I think this game might be a draw. So we are looking good enough here to certainly win the match.
so these positions are really equal, but not draws, I would say, actually.
Yeah.
Because there's always either player that gets some advantage. In this case, if white takes on g7, black has a really straightforward plan of playing bishop e6, rook fc8, and c3 pawn is a weakness, and
Yeah.
white will be giving up the c4 square. So
That's
black is actually slightly better, I would say.
Yeah, I don't see any problems even.
Though with rook
Hardly knowing
fd1,
anymore.
he's planning to meet bishop e6 with bishop d5, just going into a major piece endgame where he should be holding at least a draw.
Yeah.
We haven't checked Shankland Alashkarov.
We will. Let's take a look. It was on. I see. I don't know what to say about this position.
So I think
I don't.
black has slightly
Yeah.
outplayed white. White
Yeah.
is really passive here. I can't say I like
Yeah.
white's position.
That's what I say about this position too. It's not horrible though. But I think white might want to think of a move like c4. I don't
Yeah, but
It's
still,
tough. It's
still
tough.
just d4.
Yeah, I don't know what it's always good to equalize his back. So it means that he did something wrong in the opening.
Yeah.
So,
Let's actually see what he did wrong.
well, let's see. Already, let's see what he did wrong. I'm still going back.
I click this button according to the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, d4. So
No,
this,
g3, I think it's the
Yeah.
anti-Grunfeld variation.
yeah, I don't like that. It's
c3 is
a bit
passive.
dry.
Is he trying for the London? No, this is not the London system.
Yeah.
But
But these positions. So he plays bishop h6 to get the bishop. I don't. This
No,
position.
no,
Now he
no.
just goes back to d1. I don't know.
yeah, trading off the dark squared bishop isn't even that great of an accomplishment because I mean you're
mean, it
making a
just-
positionally correct move, but black has just acquired so much
Yeah.
space that I don't think
It's worth it, right?
Yeah.
And then he just goes back to d1.
So the one slight positional advantage isn't worth giving up so
So
much
he plays
space.
this move knight a3 to maybe go to c2.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure about that decision there. I'm not sure if the knight really belongs on c2. I mean, does he? I don't know. E5. Pawn break. He wants to open up the center and
Yeah, here we
get the center.
here
So
we-
I don't think he should have allowed e5 in the
But-
first place.
but
It was
it's-
just, yeah. Shankland has just outplayed him in the
Yeah,
opening.
but by exchanging the bishops on d7, White is saying that Black can get e5 anytime he wants,
Yeah.
because there's no more bishop f4s.
Yeah. That's the only problem. It allows e5, so
Yeah.
he probably shouldn't have actually maybe not went for it this time.
A much more logical plan would have been to play bishop f4, bishop e5 if he really wanted to exchange the bishops.
Yeah. So he just maneuvered his knight to d2, which I think is a better square. And so he e3 and queen a4, queen f4. I'm wondering if he really knows these positions that well, because I don't, but it helps to, instead of maybe not memorize all the moves of the opening, I'm not sure if he knows all the ideas of the opening.
But first of all, what is White's idea here? I don't think White has
don't
many
know.
ideas.
It's not terrible, but I'm certainly questioning it.
Yeah, now White is fighting for equality.
I mean, his queen is sort of a little, I don't know, out of, I don't know. It's not bad. It just,
No, I would say the queen on f4 is White's only
Yeah,
good
yeah.
piece.
it's a piece that's doing something sort of. It just, it can potentially go out of squares is what I'm talking about.
Probably not.
Probably not. Is Shankland trying to do that?
Oh, no.
Maybe.
No, the queen is not trapped.
Okay, yeah. It has f3, but if
I
he
would say
takes
h4.
well, if he just takes, for example, if you take the knight after he takes, that queen doesn't have many squares, but he could just play h4. I think that queen survived.
No,
Yeah.
I want to play bishop takes e4 because you're getting the good knight on c4, moving
Yeah,
at d6
you
and
mean-
b6. But then you're weakening the light squares around your king. d3 will be weak.
I know, it just,
So-
I don't really see the way how it works though. I think that would actually be a good decision. Because that threatens the b6 pawn, you want to get your knight to d6. Actually, to my opinion, it makes a lot of sense because I don't see the light squares. Now, I'm still wondering if there's any way you can trap the queen, but I don't see
Yeah,
it.
actually, what if just bishop takes e4? So bishop takes e4, d takes e4, knight c4, and then what?
Yeah,
What does
well,
Black play? There.
I don't know, I find it tough.
Okay, h4 is
So
there.
he does something else.
H4
I'm
is the
still
logical
interested
move.
to wonder what if bishop takes
h4 would be my second choice
Yeah.
if bishop takes e4 doesn't
So
work.
apparently he wasn't concerned, but I think that would have been a better move. We can look at it after the game to see what happened. Let's just focus on it now. F6. Okay, I still think that this position is fine, right?
Let's look at
I
Kostya.
still like, yeah, let's look at a different game. Like, what happened? We'll look at Mama Deyov's game next.
Okay. So here we're still in. I would say this is still a book.
Oh, bug, okay.
Still book
okay.
moves, but the players are spending time, so
Maybe.
maybe they're trying to choose the plan. But here it seems like there's the tension in the center. Who's going to play e4? Is White going to play e4 or is Black going to play e5? That's the tension in the center. Also,
Yeah.
Black has eventually c5. So the players might be spending time to look at all those possibilities for their opponent and making sure that every move they play, they're not allowing their opponent to seize the initiative in the middle or in the center.
So both people, Black's break is e5, White's break is e4, or e5 and c5. All White's break is e4. So it's a rather it at first looks dry, but once a move like e4 happens, it's certainly less dry.
No, these positions are extremely flexible and fertile in the sense that the game can go in so many different directions. Especially if Black plays something like e5, then the game just opens up and whoever can place their pieces better wins the game. Yeah,
Or if they are just similar level, they draw.
maybe.
So let's take a look at Mamadeyev's game, how he has been doing. Okay. Let's see what happened.
I think he's in a slightly worse position.
Whoa,
Even
he's
slightly
threatening Queen H3, which threatens mate. God.
Yeah.
Wow, not
If
yeah.
the queen moves, then rook takes h7 might be a threat. What do you think?
Oh my god, that's also an idea.
Yeah.
The idea is you take and play, but still, because after Queen H3, Rook E8, you get the F8 square. I think the actual threat is Queen H3 because
Yeah, queen h3 is a serious threat.
wow, Ryan's doing a very good job against one of the best rapid players in the world.
But still, we should look at queen a6.
Yeah.
Queen a6 should be an option because
Queen H3,
even queen h3, h5.
G takes H6 en passant.
Yeah, bishop f6.
I know.
It
You're
looks
s-
crazy,
you're
but I'm just gonna play king h8 and you don't have an attack. The
You don't
only-
have an attack.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
just gonna say that you
questioning
don't
that.
have an attack.
I mean, even if you don't have an attack, isn't white just up a pawn?
Who cares? White's king is weak.
White's king is weak. How do you exploit it? Just don't
I'm gonna-
F5?
No, not f5, but queen c4.
What?
Queen c4 first.
Queen
and
C4, what does that do?
I'm just gonna take
It
the
does a
pawn.
little bit.
Okay, queen takes d7.
I think
so
that was a
he probably
fine
saw some
move.
trouble.
Yeah.
Maybe actually, let's go back. Maybe the variation he saw was that queen to a6, queen h3, h5. There might be g4 followed by knight g3 and has massive pressure
Yeah.
on
I don't
h5.
think that was the only reason, but okay.
Okay, yeah. Rook takes d7, so we have an
So we
exchange
change-
into an endgame.
Okay.
And Mamadiyarov.
A4. He wants to play A3.
I still have to say that Mamadiyarov is worse here. But
Oh yeah. It's not like Ryan's. Ryan's certainly not somebody to be underestimated. He won. He got a silver. I think it was a bronze medal in World Youth. So he's certainly
But
showing.
one
C4, a very nice technical move.
no.
Stopping it.
Well,
because
okay,
of
C4 is good. C4 is
Yeah.
good. You
Right.
block the queen side,
Wow.
and next you will
Why
try
can't
to
he just
maneuver.
play Rook D5? Is Mamadeyov losing this? I don't know.
Oh, rook d5. You're right.
That would be a very shocking upset.
Okay, but
That Mamadeyov doesn't even draw. Even if he doesn't draw this, that'll be very shocking.
rook d5. But can I just
Wow.
play bishop f8?
Rook takes E5. You mean you want? I don't
I'm
see.
gonna play. I'm
How
just
do you
gonna
trap
play
the
that
rook?
No, I'm not trying rook. My point is
Oh,
rook
bishop
d5,
G-
bishop f8, rook takes e5. I'm gonna play bishop g7,
Okay.
and then I will win b2,
Why can't-
and these two best pawns
yeah.
will be much
Oh
stronger.
yeah, because if you take bishop after if you take the c5 pawn, bishop takes b2, rook
Yeah.
b5, b3, and takes a3.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
gosh. So yeah,
Mhm.
I think that would be his best chance.
But now, if we just play slow chess, something like f4, king f3, then somehow get knight to e3 to d5, white should be doing so much better. Even f4, king f3, knight c1,
Oh, yeah.
knight d3, black is in trouble.
Wow, Ryan has obviously been playing well.
Yes.
But his time situation's a little questionable, but I think it's not too bad for now.
Mhm.
So, Ryan has okay chances, surprisingly. Which game should we look at? What about Cameron's game again, right?
Okay.
We haven't
so
looked at that.
Zviad versus Wheeler.
Let's see what
It's
happens.
very sorry.
Feeling the pressure a little bit.
Okay, Zviad is doing extremely well because White's king side is about to fall apart actually. There's just f takes, e takes, e takes
not
f4.
that simple is the thing. I don't. It's just. It's a little. It's not easy because he's just trying to maybe play Queen E7 next move. It's more difficult than it looks.
Yeah. So e
So-
takes f4, a simple threat but fatal. If something like if you have rook
Rook
f2,
F2?
we probably play queen e7, and c4 is really weak.
Yeah, I mean, You can, I don't know, you could, okay, what if queen d2? Not, I don't know.
Actually,
It's
if
kind
rook
of
f2
difficult.
Rook f2, I might
Is
start
what
by
I'm
taking
saying.
on f4.
Yeah, and the idea after rook takes f4 is queen e7,
Queen e5.
queen e5, okay, more
And
active.
so I think white
I
would
see,
take
yeah.
with the g pawn.
Take with the g pawn. Okay.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
again
that-
weakens the king, but gives white some chances in the center.
Yeah. Queen.
Hold on, what? No, no,
What?
wait, I thought there was f5 right now, but no.
You could think of queen e7 and then after a move like e5, you can take on c4. I don't think that you even have to take on f4. You could even play queen e7.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of difficult for white actually. So you just don't look at a position and you actually should look at it for quite a bit of, you should actually look about it and think
Hold on, so there might be some tactics.
instead of just
in-
going with
If you play rook f2, queen e7, there might be some tactics. Maybe I can justify f takes e5. What are you gonna play?
You mean rook f2?
Mhm.
Tactics?
Rook f2, queen e7, f takes e5.
Okay, what if rook takes e5?
Then I will play rook takes b6.
But then I can just, at least, this is the worst case scenario, I can take on b4 and I can take on e4.
Yeah, but still, in that case, a7 will be weak. I don't think you're winning the endgame.
I'm not talking about winning. I mean, at least I'm probably gonna draw that position.
Yeah, but
I just put
here-
a rook on c5.
Okay,
and
well,
it's
I'm
tough.
looking at this position. I'm seeing black is so much better, so I'm thinking
Yeah.
black should be
Okay.
playing for the win. I'm
So
just
I
not
think.
looking at the draw.
So
being
what
made.
if just rook f2, queen e7, right? Then take on c4. It's tough.
Hey, let's check out Fike's game against Sam.
Okay.
Fike's
So
okay.
Shankline versus Aleskarov.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
Whoa! That isn't much time.
But hold on.
I think that he should just gain some time in this position. Right
Actually,
here.
there have been moves. Is it frozen?
Oh really?
Oh, so it's frozen for us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we
it's
have a lag
disconnected
problem.
for us. So maybe all the other games have moved on also. Yeah,
We should, maybe we actually, I'm sorry if there's a lag, maybe we're commentating on the wrong position and
yeah, we probably
we don't
are.
want
So
that.
the games have probably gone on because it seems, yeah, all the players seems to, okay, so it's gone first because here Ryan has been thinking for good like 4
Maybe
minutes
we
at
should
least.
look at it from that computer.
But then the stream won't see it. So refreshing should do it, hopefully. Yeah, all the games have progressed a lot, so it was frozen also for us. Let's see. Okay, now it's back on.
There. Oh, Mama
Mama
Dea won!
Whoa!
Yes.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Wow, Mama.
Hackers win.
Whoa. So did he manage to open
The hackers won. Yeah, that's
Whoa.
correct.
Okay, congrats hackers.
What happened there?
Now,
Very good job. What
so
happened?
let's see. Whoa.
Mama Deo's Mama Deo.
Oh, that's like a
Wow,
zoom on.
Yeah.
that's a surprise.
Okay, so we get into the end game.
I'm a little surprised that Ryan resigned in that position, but it's
So-
it's very bad. So,
so
I'm
we
wondering how he
see-
got to it in
So let's see.
first place.
We did see rook d5, but now, okay, instead of playing bishop f8, Mohamed Yaro went for the
Rook c8.
probably a bit better rook c8 because now rook,
F6 followed by bishop f8, king f7, and king e6. And then bishop d6 ideas. He just consolidates, I think. And it's hard exactly for white to figure out. But what if just rook d7, get the rook active, right? Okay, it's not that bad.
Okay, let's see. So Ryan went for the a pawn, which allowed Mohamed Yaro to activate his own pieces. But now I don't think it was good to take on a4 because now the rook is completely out of play on a4
Yeah.
and the rook on d3 is controlling the knight
rook
and the queen.
rook activity is very important. It's not always the pawns. It's the rook activity is very key in the endgame.
So look at this, the king and knight are dominated by
I don't know. I think it was a
rook d3.
psychological trick, the repeating. It's like, oh, I have a draw, but no.
Game is looking interesting.
Yeah, I see it's
There's a lot
crazy.
going on.
Okay, wait. Let me look at the shake. Oh, look at it's checkmate. King h2, queen
it's-
h4,
it's
mate.
Okay.
Shake went one. Okay.
So let's
I
finish
think
this
that
quickly.
we should have looked
So
at that.
okay, so
but-
Mamediyarov.
yeah.
So Ryan decided to give up the a pawn in order to bring his rook back in the game, but now
Bishop
it
F2.
looks really bad here. Everything's
takes
falling.
the
Bishop
pawn.
g3.
Wow.
Now,
Mama Dea, that was a very nice ending.
so from being a pawn down, he went to being a pawn up and completely winning. There was some technique, but also Ryan's taking of a4 assisted black in activating his queen. So I think what Ryan did wrong is he should have tried to play f4 in order to limit the bishop on h6. But I think he was slightly scared of the try with bishop g7 looking at b2 pawn. It remains double-edged, but I think white should definitely not be losing this quickly.
Yeah. Let's look at the Zoria game on the other computer.
Okay, here.
Okay, here. Look at no lag. Okay, let's see.
So Isoria is a pawn up with,
As
but the position is still very complicated.
Yeah.
And white,
I certainly prefer Zoria.
both kings are actually kind of weak here.
Yeah, that's correct.
So
When
what
the-
did we have here? We
So
did
he
have
did
rook
play-
f2, e takes f1, g takes f4,
And then
rook hc6, exchanging of the only
okay.
good piece. So rook takes, queen d2, bishop takes c4. So he just voluntarily gave up the pawn, but what else is he going to do? Because here queen d4 is a threat.
Yeah. So I guess
queen
he just
d2,
trying to defend
bishop
it.
h3. He's playing for the counterplay, the counter
F6,
chance.
E5.
e5. Okay.
E1, bishop
Well, so this is still very double-edged. Look at Isoria's time. He has 1 minute, whereas
3
Wheeler has 3 minutes.
Interesting. It's both sides have pros and cons. They have advantages.
So
and
bishop takes
disadvantages.
f5, rook takes f1. We're gonna see queen g4 check, and
Queen
black will
f5 even. I don't know.
black will soon begin
Yeah.
consolidating his position. He is a pawn up. White
Yeah.
king is weaker than black's king. He just has to look out that there's he takes f6 check.
I think
That's
a
a
little-
nice in between
I
move,
mean,
but
a
there's
little,
nothing.
and just make sure that he gained some seconds on his clock. I think he should be fine here.
Yeah.
Let's look at this. Yeah. So are all the games finished except this one?
No, Kostya.
We still
Yeah,
have
Kostya. I wonder. Maybe we should
But
take a look at
we
that
missed the
game.
crazy game between Fike and Sam Shankland.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wait,
We can look at it afterwards.
That's it.
Kostya blundered a piece.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he did. C3 is hanging, and E4. If bishop takes D4, then the
Yeah,
bishop takes
that.
E5. Is there
Wow,
anything?
what happened?
C takes D4. Is there anything to E takes D4? Rook takes. Do we have any discoveries? Knight C6. Is knight
Oh, knight c6. Take the rook. I mean, get a little bit back. Hope for some. But then after knight c6, the annoying thing is that queen d6 takes queen h2, king f1, and rook c2, cutting off his king to play queen h1 checkmate.
Yeah.
That has to be really annoying.
Mm-hmm. And
Ouch.
also, if that doesn't work, which it seems to work,
Which seems to work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even after knight c6, there would be funny queen takes e1, rook takes e1, and then rook takes c6. Two minor pieces and a rook should be winning for black. So I believe
Wow.
Kostya blundered.
Oh.
But now we are in a time trouble situation, so we don't know what's gonna happen. Knight c6, I expect queen d6, as Christopher pointed out, but yeah, no, it's just a blunder.
Yeah. Well,
Unfortunate. Yeah, rook c2 after queen h2 is beautiful.
he has. Well, we still
What's
won the
response?
match.
Knight c6, then what?
Queen d6. threatening queen h2 check. Knight. So knight
Followed by
c6,
rook
queen
c2,
d6,
ouch.
knight takes d8, queen h2 check, king f1,
And
rook
rook
c2.
c2.
No way to stop
Yeah.
queen h1 checkmate.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that
is
wasn't
almost
good.
resignable. This is certainly not good. Why is he spending so much time? He went up to a time advantage, and now he's spending all his
Knight c6
time.
play.
Did he?
But, okay,
Queen
he
H2
went for that.
and Queen H2 and Rook C2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Rook c2.
yeah. Ouch.
Unfortunate.
Ouch. Yeah, so we're gonna lose this game. We're probably gonna win an Azoria game.
Okay.
He added some time. Let's just take a look at this one.
So what are we at? Are we 9 to?
Yeah, black has a good position here. Somebody said black has a better position here.
Yeah.
Very correct. Nice insight for not saying something wrong about this
So,
position.
what's the score in this round so far?
I believe it is 9 to. Is it 9 to 6? Because there's one game left. Yeah.
Yeah, 9-6.
9
Yep.
to 6.
So if we win this game, it'll be 10-6. Only if we do win this game, but we probably should. If now, I think that 26 seconds is enough. So he just trades
Yeah,
his queen.
definitely with the increment.
Yeah,
Now
I think.
f4.
Yeah,
is
he just f4 is falling. I think that he certainly has actually enough time. Unless it's some lag in internet, I don't think he'll have any puzzle problems. King f6 and king f5.
f4.
Oh,
G5.
it was a lag in our internet.
So g5 now.
Look at the clock all of a sudden stopped.
Oh wow. So
Oh
g5
no, okay,
now.
G5.
f5 is doomed.
Yeah.
King f6 followed by rook e5.
Yeah, all white's pawns were falling.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to get his rook somewhere. Interesting. So
Oh, rook
Rook
a4.
a4.
Yep, good.
Pretty good.
I was thinking of king f6, rook c7, rook
So
e7.
Cameron will probably lose this one. From the look of it, he's now down on time.
Oh, king g2,
King-
giving up a2 with check.
Okay, he plays
But
king
Isoria
f6.
not taking it.
Sviat's trying to avenge his buddy's draw.
Mm-hmm.
Shock one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we won 10-6.
And Isoria won
10-6.
by resignation, 10-6.
10-6.
Very good. Yeah. 10 to
Okay.
6.
Thank you for watching very much. That was very fun.
And do we have a question to wrap
Especially
it
if
up
you
now?
actually watch our team win.
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
Okay.
Thanks for doing this, you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Last
you.
comment. Kostya's looking good. No, great match, and
Yeah.
it sounds like you guys did well.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
little star in the making right over here. We got the good commentators.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. How
Fantastic.
can we?
Go Hackers.
Yeah, thanks so much everyone for tuning in. Next week we're playing Las Vegas.
I thought it was
Desert
Rio
Sands.
Grande.
Oh, Rio
It's
Grande.
Rio Grande. Yeah.
They're very tough.
Actually,
So there were like 5 GMs, or 4 GMs, 4 international masters, 2 FMs,
Yeah, very balanced team.
all over 2300. Tough guys.
have to use some strategy there.
Any
All right.
water?
Until next time,
Okay,
guys. Take
okay.
care.
Okay. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.